downtown Milwaukee. This is Kyle, Brust, and Nortman, KBN on ESPN Wisconsin. Here's Kyle Wallace, Ben Brust, and Brad Nortman.
It is a great day to be alive on this Tuesday. Kyle, Brust, and Nortman across ESPN Wisconsin. My name is Ben Brust. No Kyle Wallace. So we have Brad Nortman sitting in the seat that he wishes he was in every day.
The seat. And I felt like that was a resignated. It's like, so we have Brad Nortman. No Kyle Wallace. So we have Brad Nortman.
Yeah.
Is it a downgrade to be in this, to not have the energy of Kyle Wallace? I'm not going to lie. Bucks playing tonight. Might be the last time we see Giannis. But there's positivity from Green Bay. There's a lot of conflicting
You're already
emotions,
struggling to be Kyle.
I am. No one's Kyle.
Don't be Kyle, be Brad. That's my best advice. Alex Strofe is running the show. UKBN Nation at 800-990-3776. The Carbless Talking text line, where Cody chimes in. He says, I still don't understand how you guys think that this song fits the vibe of the show. I mean, this has been my theme song. I love this song. This is my number one song at my soul. I love this song. Walking on broken glass.
It is a very good feel-good track. I'll say that.
Yeah, it's a feel-good.
Can I admit to you, I've never heard that song before the show?
Absolutely.
Ever.
Oh, wow.
Totally.
I've never heard it before the show.
Classic.
It is. Annie Lennox before, I believe she was with the Eurythmics, and then... yeah, so
okay. I know the Eurythmics.
Figure out that connection.
Yes.
It's just such a, again, if Strofe looks at me and thinks oh, maybe Ben's had a bad day, if I hear that music to start the show at 2 o'clock, I'm always going to be in a good mood. Always.
But you've had a good day today.
Have I? How do you know that?
Because you told me you're great. You've had a great day today. We've talked about this before. Before the show every day, I say, hey, guys, where are we at out of 10, right? And I've had a great day. I told Brad I'm at a 9.5. And Brad said to Sean Thompson, who's the director of content at 1017 The Truth, he said, I don't know if I've ever seen Strofe at less than an 8.5. And then, Ben, you go, 9.5. I'm at a 9.75. You tried to one-up me, in fact.
I mean,
that's such a...
Of course.
That's such a Strofe-Ben relationship thing to do.
The one-upper thing.
Wow.
Well, Ben, you know what?
It's a positivity off.
Ben, you know what?
You're a 9.9.
Now that we're on the air for the next 3 hours, we still got 2 hours, 57 minutes to go, baby. I'm a 10 flat, 10-0.
See, I'm a 10-1.
10-0.
I'm a 10-1.
You're overflowing with positivity.
I mean, I'm way past.
Can't keep it in.
He's just had
whatever he is. I'm way above him.
Yeah, right.
Even if I'm lying into my soul internally, I'm way happier than Stroh.
He's had the best day ever.
Baby didn't puke all over me this morning.
Oh, did that happen?
No, I'm just saying it could happen. I'd still have to one up you.
Likely happens.
Yeah, likely. So look, Rob Demovsky tweeted, and it was an interesting tweet because it was not one that anybody had on the bingo board. Rob Demovsky covers the Packers for ESPN.com, and whether it be Rob Demovsky, whether it be Jason Wilde, whether it be anyone you follow as it regards to the Packers beat or the direction of the team and the way things are sounding up at 1265, I've seen anything from there's a 99.5% chance that Jaire Alexander will not be with the Green Bay Packers in 2025. Now, let me just say right now that just because I'm about to read this tweet does not mean that he's going to be a Green Bay Packer, but it does open up a hell of a lot more conversation than 99.5% chance that he is not going to be a Green Bay Packer. Rob Demovsky on Twitter. According to a source, the Packers and Jaire Alexander continue to talk about a possible resolution, which could include a reconciliation to where Alexander plays for the Packers in 2025 after all. All options are still on the table. Release, trade, or return. I don't know about you guys. First thing comes to my head is I still, I've been on the side of look, I'm not in the building. In 1265, it seems as if there was some frustrations about injury and playing through it and whatnot. I think it actually has less to do about what happened when he went out for the coin flip as a captain. It literally has to do with availability and how they want to have guys that are young and always there, injuries and whatnot happen. But he has played less than half of the snaps over the last 3 seasons.
Yeah, that's right.
And if you're going to pay somebody, I believe he's due $17 million. That's $1 million a game. If you break it down simple like that. So I'm all for it. But I don't know if everyone else is. 800-990-3776. It's not a done deal, but the possibility is back out there. Do you even want Jaire Alexander back with the Packers? 800-990-3776, the Cardinals Talking text line.
Oh, and to me, it's an absolute yes. I'm right there with you, Ben. And we've been talking about this for some time now, and I've been on the bring Jaire back train for quite some time. I would even go as far as saying, if Goody can find a way to bring resolution and bring Jaire Alexander back, that is so important for this defense that it would be the nail in the coffin to the urgency that Goody was talking about. Because you only do something like this if you have a sense of urgency, if you are trying to field the best team possible.
This would be crack-a-lack-a-lack-a-lack-a-lackin'.
With crack-a-lack-a-lack-a-lackin'.
Crack-a-lack-a-lack-a-lackin' would be the defense with Jaire. Now, he is still an all-pro level cornerback. The question is he available to be that? Now, it seems like he was able to take care of the health concerns. And the other thing is, if he was a total jerk, I could maybe understand it, but that's not Jaire. He's a conundrum at a minimum, but all they want is for him to be healthy and available. And when he is a game changer for this defense. So Goody can convince me that he did everything and he indeed acted with a sense of urgency. If he finds a way to bring back Jaire, I think it's that important. I think that if this defense has Jaire, you've got a bona fide secondary. You got a bona fide linebacking core. D-line still leaves a little bit to be deserved. And the offense we talked about yesterday, they are good to go. This is a true Super Bowl contender, not on the peripheral, not knocking at the door, but a true Super Bowl contender if they have Jaire. Well, I am all for it.
The conversation that I've been just preaching since going to get Matthew Golden is not that he's going to be a number one wide receiver, but his presence alone should elevate the wide receiver room, and it was a position of need. And so when you look at the team and where they have holes, you can get differentiating opinions on the cornerback room. Right? You can say, well, Keyshawn Nixon, Carrington Valentine, and Hobbs, they're good. And you bring Bullard in the slot, sometimes Evan Williams bring up there. That's good. But if you say you have a 2-time All-Pro on your roster and you have all those guys you believe in, and Carrington Valentine takes that next step, and Xavier McKinney, who was an All-Pro next to Evan Williams, the depth of guys you have in a tough, grueling season where there are going to be injuries, I'm worried about that cornerback room. I'm not saying they're going to be bad. I just with the way the front four is and how much I don't believe in the pass rush, you need a really good secondary to make sure if they're not going to get to the quarterback, get the back end figured out. Jaire helps figure out that back end. And by all accounts, I'm seeing Xavier McKinney posting videos on social media with Jaire Alexander. Even Jordan Love talking about Jaire. He goes, Ja, that's my guy. Ja's got to do him. Talk to Carrington Valentine up in the draft. Yeah, Ja's going to be Ja. He's going to, but there's no, I don't like Ja. There's nobody that I feel like really doesn't like Jaire Alexander. I think the biggest thing that this comes down to, you can take the emotion that you have in thinking that he's a problem from a character standpoint. The guys like him. And if the guys like him, the only question that matters is, do you want him because you think he can help the team? And if you are not willing to bet, if there is no contract, why am I blanking? Goodness gracious. Restructure. If there's no restructure, then you're taking a little bit of a risk here. There needs to be something. Otherwise, you're paying somebody $17 million and basically going against everything that you've been saying all offseason, giving him the power back, right? You can't say, we're fielding trades. We're fielding trades and then say, you know what? We're bringing this guy back in his full valued contract. And then if he sits out, what are you going to do? You gave him all the power. So there's got to be a restructure if this works. But if they can make it work, I'm Team Jaire, 800-990-3776.
It feels like both sides have sort of seeing what else is out there, right? Like they were in a relationship. Each person thought the other person's crazy. So they kind of tiptoe out there. Maybe they get some drinks with somebody. It feels like both have returned and said, you know what? As I see things, I think we're better off together. Let's find resolution. Let's find a way to make this happen. Because I do believe, and Goody said it for himself, let's see how the draft goes. He saw how the draft went. He didn't go anything with them. What was that?
The 7th round cornerback.
Yeah, we'll work through that. I don't really have any updates on Jaire. He's obviously on our roster right now. We'll see how the draft goes and then see where we are at that point.
Still on the roster.
We are now at that point, and they didn't do anything. A 7th round cornerback. There's no expectations that he can come in and start and be a difference maker. And Ben, you made a great point. This cornerback room, fully healthy, they're good. They're good. They're one injury away.
You did the. They're good.
They're good. They're good. It's kind of like, well, you're a good producer. They're good. They are one injury away from being just decimated, right? One of those guys is out. Hobbs, Nixon, Valentine.
You're a good producer.
You are very depleted. And yes, you can shift some things around with maybe Bullard or Williams to provide some support for the back end. But if you add Jaire, not only do you have competition, you got playmakers, you got depth. Jeff Hafley, he has proved that he can be a magician of sorts with schemes and personnel. He would love another stud cornerback in there. And this team
He's an asset. When he's on the field, he's an asset.
And I just think that there's a way to structure it, a way to make it work. And I do think once it's done, knowing how these negotiations go, it can get sticky, it can get messy. You can be on one side of it thinking, oh, I'll never play for the Packers again. Or Jaire, or the Packers saying, we'll never have Jaire. But in a moment, you figure out a way to make it done. You turn the page. There's a freshness on the other end of it. And I think they can find that freshness.
On the Carbless talk and text line, 800-990-3776. Liz is more. Chris in Neshota, who famously on these airwaves announced to us that his wife was cheating on him with his own best friend.
My guy. Saw him in the grocery store.
Yes, you did, Brad. He has a great perspective here. Both Goody and Jaire had hall passes, and they passed.
Hey!
Run it back. Chris, the continued legend of Neshota.
What an analogy from a guy with a personal history. That was crazy. What a great addition.
Do we really need to continue to tell everyone his background of losing his wife to his ex-best friend?
Well, I'd like to hear back from Chris because he's rebranded, right? He's now Chris in Neshota. He was Chris in New Berlin.
No, O-Town.
Chris in O-Town, Chris in Oconomowoc, thank you. That was like your first day ever producing at ESPN Wisconsin.
That is correct. Yeah, that was either late 2020, early 2021.
Were you listening and you're like, what the hell is going on around here?
I believe we took that phone call, and then rather than going to you, Greg Scalzo went to me because he I believe he referred to me as a bright-eyed and bushy-tailed 22-year-old. And I literally said, I have no idea what just happened or where I work.
So, Chris, where you work, Chris, please chime in if you're okay with me putting all of your personal business out there, which has been on these airwaves and on the ESPN Wisconsin app podcast going way, 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 way back.
And here's the other thing when it comes to Jaire. This isn't the year to cut him if you're going to cut him. You only save $6 million. So do you really gain by getting $6 million? The only really chess piece remaining is extending Zach Tom. The Packers can work within their cap space to figure out a way to extend him and stay underneath the cap. But $6 million, I'd rather have the $6 million additional on the books and have a Pro Bowl, all-pro level guy back there when available.
So here's the thing. I don't think we're on the wrong track. But what does Goody think? Right? What does the front office think? Because on the poll on Twitter at KBN ESPN, do you want Jaire Alexander back on the Packers in 2025? 81% of people with a hearty amount of votes are saying yes.
Oh, that's pretty good.
It's an overwhelming yes on the Carbless Talk and Text line and on YouTube at ESPN Milwaukee and at ESPN Madison. It just is one of those things where if the Packers are able to get over their gripe about him not being as available as they've wanted him to be when it comes to playing through injuries, and if Jaire wants to restructure his contract, because again, I'm with you, but that's never going to happen. The reason why I'll go back to it, you put the whole $17 million without cutting him on the books, without a restructure, What's to stop him from being anything different than we've seen the last 3 years when nicked up with injury?
Yeah, that's true. And you do wonder, is he willing to play through injury? I can't ever criticize the guy for that, but the lack of communication and just his different personality might make it, tough to put him on the full books with that. But Goody, it's interesting you say Goody. There is a phrase we had in the finance biz when we were talking about the stock market.
Oh, Lord.
Now,
buckle up, everyone.
Now, here it is. Because the phrase is, things that have never happened before happen all the time. Things that have never happened before happen all the time. So
hit the X-Files. I'm lost.
Things that have never happened before happen all the time. Because in the stock market, when we usually talk about it, it was like, oh, people are freaking out. Tariffs, all that kind of stuff. This isn't that kind of program. But when you haven't, when you're experiencing something and you're just like, man, this has never happened before, or you're trying to project things that have ever happened before, they happen all the time. It's the same thing with Goody. And he's shown he's willing to wade in the waters of, I'm not willing to do that kind of thing. And evidence number one is a wide receiver in the first round. I think Goody taking a wide receiver in the first round, it shows that he's willing to do the things that we wouldn't think would ever happen, and they happen all the time. And this would be another time in the same offseason.
Do you have any idea what this man just said?
Tariffs!
Oh, tariffs.
Chris from Neshota has issues. He says, never stop. I love it. Please keep sharing about the infidelity in my family. Chris in Neshota.
I got to say, when I met Chris, just a great disposition.
Didn't look like a guy that ever would have been completely heartbroken by his best.
Is he remarried?
Chris, 800-990-3776. Give us your new life story on the Carbless Talking text line. Well, Brad, you guys should crack one together and get the whole shebang.
Oh, we should. We would open up the places of his heart, places he'd never know before, and we'd do it all over a couple of cold Carblesses. And this spring, when it's just getting warm, there's never been a better time to grab the Tropical Bliss Variety Pack. Blood orange, watermelon, raspberry, and grapefruit. I'm going to come right back to the watermelon. Each one of those flavors, outstanding. It's like a passport to paradise. And the watermelon is so popular, it's so good, that coming out soon will be the watermelon 4-pack for a vodka cocktail. Not only that, the mango 4-pack, so delicious. I mean, Carbless does it again, guys. 2025, your 2025 will be personified by these flavors, and they are changing the game all over again. And they already changed it before. You know the classic cocktails, you know the fruit flavors. I love them all. I love that Carbless has low carbonation, always high on flavor, 0 sugar. I love that. 0 carbs, 0 gluten, and just 100 calories. And every sip is a delicious experience that only Carbless can deliver on. And guess what? Made right here in the great state of Wisconsin. There's always a reason to grab a Carbless. I know I look for them, so grab them at your local grocery store, wherever it is you pick up your Carbless, and enjoy a Carbless like me, and see why less is more with Carbless.
I'm seeing your calls. I'm seeing your texts, 800-990-3776. Do you want Jaire Alexander back? How much does that move the needle for this defense? Can this defense be top 5 with Jaire? They were top 10 last year. Do you think they're top 10 without Jaire? I still have question marks about this defense. I'm very, very, very bullish about the offense. But the defense has me in a little bit of a tizzy. More next on Kyle, Brust, and Nortman.
This is Kyle, Brust, and Nortman.
And I'm like, you know what? Lola the Bunny was kind of strapped.
Okay, here's as far as I'm... All I'll be able to say is I get why Bugs was so love drunk over Lola. I get it.
On ESPN Wisconsin and the ESPN Wisconsin app. The 2015 Wisconsin men's hoops team gave us all a march to remember.
There will be no undefeated champion on Wisconsin with an unbelievable stretch drive to the championship game.
On June 26th, enjoy an intimate celebration with the stars of the run with Made 'em Believe. Presented by M3 Insurance. World-class expertise and individual attention. Tickets are on sale now at uwhoops2015.com. Made 'em Believe, June 26th at the Orpheum Theater in Madison.
So many of our youth carry unimaginable burdens. Anger, depression, even thoughts of suicide. At Rawhide Youth Services, we recognize their pain. We help them find hope and healing. For those that need a second chance at life, we refuse to give up on them. Please be a part of our life-saving work. When you donate your used vehicle to Rawhide, you're helping change the lives of countless youth in our communities. Go to rawhide.org/donate and help them realize a brighter future today.
When you don't compromise on the court, you shouldn't compromise off of it either. Lose the calories, not the taste. Michelob Ultra, superior light beer. Enjoy responsibly. Anheuser-Busch Michelob Ultra Light Beer, St. Louis, Missouri. Copyright 2024.
Hey, Bucks fans, enjoy Michelob Ultra at Brothers Milwaukee, Champs Americana Brookfield, Double D's Hales Corners, Ray and Dot's Greendale, and Who's on Third Milwaukee. That's Michelob Ultra, proud sponsor of the Milwaukee Bucks.
They say seeing is believing. And when you check out what's waiting for you at American Place Casino, you'll definitely believe you'll love it. From thrilling gaming to top-notch service, we're changing the game. Come play all your favorites like blackjack, craps, roulette, and the latest slots. Catch a game at the sportsbook, enjoy great restaurants, bars, and more. If you're ready for excitement, exceptional service, and an experience you'll never forget, then we'll see you soon. American Place Casino. Change the game. Must be 21 years of age or older. If you or someone you know has a gambling problem, crisis counseling and referral services can be accessed by calling 1-800-GAMBLER.
A Blaine's Farm and Fleet original story.
Why is everyone coming on their riding mowers and UTVs?
I figured all the neighbors could use a break from yard work, so I invited them for
a ride-on lawnmower movie?
Or, as I like to say, a movie.
We've got the value you need to do things your way, like Livingston seed packets, 25% off MSRP, up to $300 off select Cub Cadet riding mowers, all backed by our service guarantee. See an associate for details. Blaine's Farm and Fleet, being original.
Bikers need protection, not just from other drivers, but unfortunately from insurance companies too. If you've been injured in a motorcycle crash, call Gruber Law Offices today. Bikers are often blamed for causing the accident because the insurance companies simply don't want to pay. At Gruber Law Offices, we've been fighting for injured bikers and their families for more than 30 years. Trust us to fight for what you deserve. Gruber Law Offices. One call, that's all.
Need a new vehicle? Check out Ewald Automotive Group's Spring Into a New Ride sales event. Over 1,500 new and used vehicles. Get Ewald's low price guarantee on new vehicles. Shop our certified best used cars starting under $99.95. Financing for everyone. No payments till summer with approved credit. Now is the time to upgrade with Ewald. Friendly people who treat you right. Great selection and low prices at 10 locations. Go to EwaldAuto.com.
Oh, can't show you in there.
Why not?
That's the bathroom. We need a new shower bad.
Think your shower is one of the ugliest in Wisconsin? Upload your photo by April 30th to goodkarmabrands.com/Wisconsin contest for a chance to win a free shower remodel. One lucky fan will win a free shower remodel from Kohler Services, including design consultation, demolition, and removal of your existing shower or bath, and installation of a brand new Kohler Luxstone shower. goodkarmabrands.com/Wisconsin contests. This is Kyle, Brust, and Nortman, KBN, on ESPN Wisconsin, ESPN Milwaukee on YouTube, and the ESPN Wisconsin app.
What's going on in our team?
Ben Brust, Brad Nortman, Alex Strofe running the show, no Kyle Wallace. I'm a little bit upset with Alex Strofe for a second here. You went to the Tinkle Room, I'm guessing.
I did, yeah.
So I answered the phone while I was answering my personal phone because I saw it was the Weed Man. They did some service today, and I said, please hold, I really want to hear about it. And then I don't know how to answer these phones and be a producer. The Weed Man guy hung up on me. So I don't blame him.
Yeah,
I was talking.
He's busy.
He's
Hopefully
busy.
The estate soon.
And so,
but you called it the Tinkle Room. It said Strofe's in the Tinkle Room. Have you ever heard that before?
No, it's just me. But speaking of Weed Man, they are on the spot. They call. He's going to send an email afterwards updating me on all the services that they did. Probably call me again because he probably realized this guy's in no place to talk right now. He has no idea that I'm just like a lunatic. But he's making my lawn lush green and weed free. That's amazing. It's kid and pet friendly. You get 50% off your first treatment. You go to weedman.com. That's weedman.com. Weedman for the win. So let's tie a bow for a little bit here on Chris from Neshota, formerly Chris in O-Town, the infidelity victim of what was Scalzo and Brust. His wife cheated on him with his best friend. I asked him for an update. He said, yes, I have traded up from a Cadillac to an Audi. Cool. You never know, though. She may like my friends also.
Oh, my God.
Guy's amazing. He's just so happy-go-lucky. He's like, you like my wife? Sure, go ahead.
I mean, one of
That's
one.
not happy-go-lucky. That's doomsday. He's like, hey, man.
He's just putting in the universe. If a friend
happen again.
To walk around with that type of
bliss,
yeah, I mean that's just you just can't replicate that.
Jaire Alexander, all options are on the table. Cut, trade, keep. That was a big 180 from the 99.5% chance. I believe Rob Demovsky tweeted, in which Rob Demovsky scheduled to appear at 3:30 today to talk about his tweet that said, according to sources, all things are on the table. Let's go to Matt in Antigo.
Darn it!
Yeah, I nailed it.
Darn it.
I was going to say Antigo, but I've definitely done that before.
So me and Brad definitely had a $5 side bet on what you would say.
I said you'd say Antigo.
And there was no foul play.
I said Antigo.
Matt, on the Carbless Talking text line in the great city or town or province of Antigo, you're up.
How's it going?
It's going.
Good. I think it would be a bad decision to let Jaire go. Just to save $6 million, and then he'd probably sign with Detroit or Minnesota and play a full year and burn us.
Oh, that's...
And we are a lot better team. I think we're a lot better team with him on the field. Even though if he misses a couple games here and there, it's whatever. I don't want Nixon out there. Nixon is not an outside corner.
All right, no, and Matt, I want to break down a little further here. Because at the end of the day, right, from a contract standpoint, owed $17 million. At this point, nobody's ringing the phone and saying, we want him, right? Like that's the realization that Goody's having right now is all the time he spent shopping Jaire around, nobody's giving them what they think they should get back for Jaire. And so he's been smart. He just didn't sell him for a 7th-round pick. You know, you maybe were hoping you get a 5th or a 6th. Whatever it was for Jaire's asking price, the Packers didn't get it because it was very clear that they were trying to move on. And now that they haven't, and all options are on the table, cutting him, you save $6 million? What is that? That's the cap. They have space. They make it work. They can restructure others.
That's like 2.5% of the whole cap.
It just went up to 275-ish overall.
Yeah, so actually more like 2.2%. That's crazy.
Good to have a finance guy on the show.
Well, and what's crazy, and to follow up with that, at least if you traded him, yeah, you'd get some asset back, even if it's 7th-round draft pick, whatever. But you get to control where he goes. And I say that because we all know he's still a high-level cornerback. If he's out there and healthy, and also as another caveat to that, motivated, he would absolutely sign with someone in the division, maybe San Francisco, maybe Philadelphia. Philadelphia just cut a couple of expensive cornerbacks. He would be healthy, he was capable, and he can be motivated. And I do not like the idea of that without the ability to control where he goes. If he goes to another NFC contender, their room gets better. So not only do the Packers get worse, a contender gets better. You feel even further away from a Super Bowl championship.
And it's not that you want to win the battle of the money conversation, but if Jaire's cut, he still will make the $11 million from the Packers that they owe him.
Yeah, it's contract to contract, but he is due something.
He's going to get paid.
And
then he'll sign and get paid.
Yes.
So we're splitting hairs right now a little bit, but ultimately the Packers look at the cornerback room post-draft, and they said they would address it, and he's still on the roster. And I'm for it.
And I suppose it depends what type of team you think the Packers are going to be this year. Keeping him and finding a way would be an indication to me that everybody is all in saying, you know what, this can be a year.
It could be a good message sender.
It would be a message sender saying, you know what, we are prioritizing putting the best team on the field this year. That means even keeping someone that we normally move on from. If you were if you were the Chicago Bears, right, kind of trying to build, and I don't know, what did they win 7 games last year? They're not close to being true contenders. But if you're a true contender, this would be a message, and it would be a way of saying that sense of urgency I expect from everybody else, I am operating with that in the same way. And listen, you do have Jaire for 1 year. I mean, you're basically going to cut him. The cap savings would be too great. You're going to cut him next year. This would be a 2025 run that at least says, hey, we're at least trying our best to win a Super Bowl this year. And I can get behind that. I can appreciate the gamble, because it would be a gamble. I would appreciate the gamble of bringing back Jaire Alexander.
Strofe, thumbs up, thumbs down? Thumbs up?
Thumbs up for bringing him back?
Yeah.
Yeah, I think everything Brad said in the last 10 minutes is brilliant, other than some of the financial stuff I didn't understand.
Things that never happen all the time.
Yeah, let's stop with that. I mean, you know I love some dumb phrases. I don't know if I can get behind that one. I can get behind the idea of bringing back Jaire, though. I think as Matt and Anigo put it, not Antigo, Anigo, as Brad has put it, Ben, it sounds like you're trending that direction too. I just don't see the harm in it. I think the Packers like their defensive backfield as it is without Jaire, right? With Carrington Valentine, Keyshawn.
They were a top 10 defense with him playing half the season last year.
Right. And I think, as we've talked about many times before, when it comes to their front four, I think they view that as a coaching issue more than a personnel issue. So they're confident they can take a big step this year. I think they feel good about their defensive backfield as it stands. I, as a fan, feel a heck of a lot better about that defensive backfield when Jaire Alexander is injected back into the mix. So I'm for it. I don't really see the harm in it because, to your point earlier, Benny, it takes 2 to tango when it comes to trade compensation. And maybe they got offers of a 7th or a 6th round pick. And I bet they did. But I think Goody goes, 3rd round pick, 2nd round pick. This is an all-pro corner we're talking about. It's going to take a lot more than a 6th round pick to move the needle for me. So let's bring him back. Let's try this thing one more time. And if he's out for 12 of the 17 games, so be it.
Well, and that's like worst case scenario. Let's say you only plays 5 games. Well, then you have the same room you'd have otherwise, just with $6 million that you had to burn as a way of a gamble to try to put the best team out there. I couldn't blame Goody for 1 second doing that.
I'm a gambler, so I'm all for that.
So that blood start pumping over there.
Ben Brust, Brad Nortman, no Kyle Wallace, Alex Strofe running the show. And if you're getting sick of 100 men versus 1 gorilla, I got one 10 times better than that coming up next.
You're listening to Kyle, Brust, and Nortman.
That is completely unacceptable. It is unacceptable for a team to
Unacceptable.
Unacceptable. Is acceptable? Unacceptable?
Unacceptable.
Unaccessible. Wait,
what?
On ESPN Wisconsin and the ESPN Wisconsin app.
It's ESPN Wisconsin's Ben Brust talking about our friends at Road America, America's national park of speed. Get out of your house this summer and go to Road America, located conveniently between Green Bay and Milwaukee and Elkhart Lake. Come see a race at the legendary 4-mile, 14-turn road circuit that has hosted some of the best races since 1955. Spring Vintage Weekend with the SVRA is up next on May 16th through the 18th. Camp on site all weekend and enjoy free admission for kids 16 and under with a paying adult at the gate. Come for the experience and stay for the race. Get your tickets at roadamerica.com.
Kevin Moret here for Mentality. Listen up, gentlemen. You're fighting an unfair battle. Studies show testosterone levels in men have plummeted by 25% in just 2 decades. That's why you're struggling with energy, muscle, and drive. But here's a game changer. Mentality's FDA-approved treatments boost testosterone by 30% on average. Imagine reclaiming the vitality your grandfathers had. Picture turning heads, dominating your career, and feeling unstoppable again. Don't settle for today's normal. Seize the day at mentalityhealth.com/radio. That's mentalityhealth.com/radio.
What fills your cup? Those things, big and small, that make each day rewarding. Here's what fills our cup at Educators Credit Union. When you walk in the lobby and see your favorite teller, cultivating financial literacy to build stronger communities. When we help you buy a home when you didn't think it was possible. The best part? Seeing you leave with a smile because we made a difference in your life. It fills our cup to see you succeed because we're more than a financial. We're people helping people. Educators Credit Union. Achieving more together. Insured by NCUA.
Bev Anderson has a big idea she wants to share.
Bev has been here for 24 years.
Hi, Bev. We're anxious to hear your idea.
Kessler's is 45 years old this year. Monica, remember when your dad used to say in every radio ad, "I'm Richard Kessler, and I want to be your jeweler"?
I never got to hear that.
Yeah, and then Rick would say,
Kessler's Diamonds, inconveniently located on Appleton Avenue, Menominee Falls.
Inconveniently?
Richard said it was inconvenient for people to have to drive all the way to Menominee Falls, so he might as well admit it.
Bev, tell us your idea.
Richard said something else in almost every ad, and I think we should start saying it again because it's really important.
Tell us.
We do diamonds better because diamonds are what we do.
I love that.
Fantastic idea, Bev.
Kessler's Diamonds.
We do diamonds better because diamonds are what we do.
For the location nearest you, visit KesslersDiamonds.com.
It's the best time to be a basketball fan. All the thrills and playoff drama. Done sitting on the sideline and ready to win some real cash? Check out Pick 6 from DraftKings. Hey, it's ESPN Wisconsin's Alex Stroh. When it comes to basketball payouts, DraftKings Pick 6 posterizes all of the other daily fantasy competition. Hit all your picks and score higher minimum payouts on Pick 6, plus even more cash if you outscore the competition. Download the DraftKings Pick 6 app now and use code WKTI. That's code WKTI for new customers to play $5 and get $50 in Pick 6 credits. Better payouts, bigger wins, only with Pick 6 from DraftKings. The crown is yours. Gambling problem? Call 1-800-GAMBLER. Must be 18 plus. Age and eligibility restrictions vary by jurisdiction. Void where prohibited. One per new customer. Bonus awarded as non-withdrawable Pick 6 credits that expire in 14 days. Limited time offer. See terms at pick6.draftkings.com/promos.
Hey, this is Mike from Infinity Exteriors. Buying a roof, siding, or windows can feel overwhelming. Hidden costs, confusing contracts. We don't play that game. We educate you so that you can decide. And when you know the facts, Infinity Exteriors is the clear choice. Since 1997, we've installed peace of mind with no surprise upcharges, flexible budgets, and immediate financing. Infinity Exteriors, saving our communities from unscrupulous contractors. Visit infinityexteriors.com.
You're listening to Kyle, Brust, and Nortman on ESPN Wisconsin and the ESPN Wisconsin app.
Welcome back.
Per Rob Demovsky earlier today, according to a source, the Packers and Jaire Alexander continue to talk about a possible resolution, which could include reconciliation to where Alexander plays for the Packers. All options are on the table: release, trade, or return. Well, with that, we've dove in a little bit. You can catch our show on the all-new ESPN Wisconsin app. Get it on your Apple Store. God, I sound old. Get it on your App Store, your Google Play Store. One click of the button, you're listening to us live, listening back on podcast, and checking out everything on the ESPN Wisconsin app. Diana McGuanago, you're confused on Jaire after all that? Thought we summed it up good.
Okay. You guys were just talking about a health issue. Is the health issue a really health issue with him, or is it just because he doesn't want to be in Green Bay?
Well, that's a good question, actually. Part of it is I think he wanted a fresh start, and then part of it is I think the season's getting closer, and
I think he saw the writing on the wall more so than a fresh start.
Yeah, I also think if he is to be released, there's no way he's going to get anything close to what he's currently doing in Green Bay just because of the injury history and all that.
The best option for him is to play in Green Bay from a financial standpoint.
Is it, though, if he can also get paid by the Packers and get a new contract?
I don't think he'd get paid what he's getting paid in Green Bay anywhere else.
But he would still be getting paid by the Packers for this year.
Not if he was released entirely.
Again, I hear you. But at the end of the day, I think, as our best friend Christian Shota put it best, is they both...
Oh, our best friend now.
Goody and Jaire had the hall pass. They passed on using the hall pass, and now they want to spin the block back together.
You drive an Audi, don't you?
I drive a Zimmerk Mercedes off the Beltliner in Rock Road. But I do promote the great Audi specials you can check out at Zimmerk European. It's time now to kill Strofe.
Hey, Mr. Irrelevant, it's time to become relevant. Strofe's time to shine on KBN starts now.
I am so sick of this debate that's been nonstop for the last 48 hours on social media of who would win in a fight, 100 men or one gorilla. Because it's not close, it would be 100 men.
I tend to agree. There's a lot of caveats. You need people that, like, you're going in and you all 100 have to be brave. And, like, it's like 300.
But, Ben.
Yeah, because the first guy in there is going to get his bell rung.
The caveat is it is 100 men versus one gorilla. All 100 men know what the goal is.
I've watched a lot of simulations on this.
Wait.
Wait a minute.
You spent time watching simulations.
My TikTok algorithm is in a wild place. No, not Ben, 100 men.
Yeah, men.
Yeah.
And how many men survive?
The gorilla destroyed the men.
No, he did
No
not.
shot.
Yeah?
100 men?
I'm not saying all 100 men are walking out of there. That's not what I'm saying.
But based off the simulations I'd seen, it wasn't like it was a full-on charge while 100 men at once, everyone jumping, swinging, like it was kind of like, 10 would go. So like, I don't know.
So it's a tactical error.
Exactly. I believe it's a tactical error. Now with that, I don't care about 100 men. How many strophes would it take to beat a gorilla?
100 strokes?
If we had 100 strokes, 100 strokes would still win.
Not a chance in hell.
And again, we are operating under the idea that
800-990-3776. What's the minimum amount of strophes it would take to beat a gorilla?
I think it's got to be at least 500 strophes. Because think about it. No, think about it.
That's disrespectful.
It's the truth.
We're just replicating, copy and pasting strophe. Somebody has to be the first strophe, the first wave of strophes. You think any type of strophe duplication is going to be, I'm going to go the first in there, and then they're going to see what the gorilla did to the first several strophes. The rest of the strophes are going to be like, hell no.
Do we realize the sheer amount of people 100 is? That is so many people versus one. All we got to do is sing Kumbaya in a circle, like
sing Kumbaya.
The gorilla
strophes. The gorilla while you're singing, smack.
The circle of 100 strophes just closes in on the one singular gorilla. Now, a couple strophes would see their final moments. I'm not disagreeing.
More than a couple.
More than a couple, probably. But 100 strophes, 100 of me versus one gorilla. I'm walking out victorious.
Take that quarter zip off. Do you have a T-shirt?
I'm wearing a V-neck, yes.
Can you flex your muscles on YouTube at ESPN Milwaukee and at ESPN Madison?
Have you seen a gorilla?
Go full screen for yourself. Full screen. I need everyone to see 500 of these muscles against a gorilla. Oh my God, that T-shirt.
A gorilla would pop through those seams.
Lift up the sleeve. Let's see. Do you have like any definition? Don't push against.
No, I double down on 500 strokes.
500, 5,000.
You know what I envision? Like in sci-fi movies when a bunch of men are fighting like a monster, and the monster swings his arm, and like 20 people fly in the air. That's what I envision. I envision 20 strophes just poof flying in the air when the gorilla swings.
On the Carbless talking text line, Lasagna in Milwaukee chimes in. 100 strophes couldn't take a St. Bernard.
Do 100 strophes have the killer instinct?
Craig chimes in, 100 strophes versus one gorilla. I easily got the gorilla.
Yeah.
I don't know if you're going to get anyone on your side. Maybe you will on the Carbless talking text line. Beads in Milwaukee. What do you got, Beads?
I missed the beginning, so I don't know for sure if Stroke's allowed to have any weaponry or if it's just
no weapons.
That's all he's got. Oh, that might have changed my answer here. I'm still going to go 25.
You sound confident.
Yeah. Thanks for the confidence, Beads.
Yeah, thanks, Beads. 500 strophes. Is that enough?
I don't even think...
I think
20
strophes is enough.
If 20 strophes punched at the same time on the gorilla, I don't think the gorilla would feel a thing. Respectfully.
I'd like to toss it over.
Respectfully? That's the most disrespectful thing you've ever said to me.
I'd like to toss it over to Tony Cartagena, producer of the Thanalysis Show with Thanasis Antetokounmpo. TC, what do you got on 500 strophes?
All right, so the other day after Strofe did some NFL draft coverage, I was oddly complimenting him on his work, and you ever just like playfully kind of hit someone on the shoulder?
Oh, I forgot.
And not
about
even
this.
the shoulder, like the front of his shoulder. He's standing in an athletic stance, right? We weren't seated, nothing. I was like, hey, Strofe, good work. Kind of just my palm, not even fist, barely pushed him. This man flew back 6 feet. He was the conversation quickly. Strofe, how light are you, bro? And he's like, I am very small. And yeah, I mean, it was like a little like friendly little love tap. This man, he almost went down a flight of stairs. He fell back so far. I felt bad, and I barely touched him.
Ashton and Sheboygan chimes in to further that, because now I need you to pull out the calculator, Brad Nortman. Gorillas can lift and throw 1,800 pounds. They can bench press 4,800 pounds.
Oh, my gosh.
Legs are going to be used as baseball bats.
That is an absurd amount of strength. 4,800 pounds, they can lift and throw 1,800.
I think we might have to fact check this, but for some reason I'm just trusting Ashton and Sheboygan on this one.
So that if Strofe's 170, that means a gorilla can lift and throw 10 and a half Strofes at once. 10 and a half.
One kick is 4,800 pounds of a bench press.
That would be like getting kicked in like domino, like like Strofes run into one another.
Ben, I just Googled it. Your car weighs 4,500 pounds, which means the gorilla can just casually bench press your car.
Wow.
Strofe, do you take it back? 100 Strofes?
No, I'm still taking 100 Mies.
Okay,
hold on. Something that I feel like we should have thrown in as a caveat as I try to defend myself is I have the utmost confidence in my abilities.
Throw up your combine video.
I'm going to go ahead
because
and say
even on the Carbless Talking text line, where I don't even know if they're watching the YouTube stream, they've seen your video go viral on social media. And for the 100+ that are on YouTube, please put out that video just in case they haven't seen you do a 3-cone combine drill, and let them be the judge if you could actually beat one gorilla.
I'm just going to chime in with my
and by the way,
doubt of Strofe here. I'm not 100% positive 100 Alex Strofes could enter a room against Kyle, Ben, and Brad and be victorious. I'm not. Sorry, Strofe. I don't have that confidence in you, bro.
That's tough.
How is Strofe, if you're so confident, how many Strofes would be remaining standing when it's all said and done? How many casualties?
Of the 100?
Yes.
I still think at least 25.
You're outside your damn mind.
It would be.
You're dead to the wind.
Yeah.
100 graves right there in the fight scene.
Especially an angry gorilla. Like a gorilla that could understand.
And you're annoying. You're going to annoy that gorilla, and he's going to want to destroy you.
Oh, my gosh.
On YouTube.
Okay.
On YouTube, you think 100 of those people could beat a gorilla?
Yeah, I do. 100. I think the thing we're underselling the most of is 100.
I can't wait for YouTube to see this again. It's so good.
Oh, my gosh. And then if you Google a video of a gorilla
100.
running.
It's 100.
Strofe, I appreciate you. Good try, but it's not happening.
Oh, my God.
Daniel chimes in. I have the utmost confidence in myself, Alex, but that doesn't mean he can just go fly a plane.
I think I could land one.
Here you go. Respect that, because I think so, too. I think I could, too. Get me with the air traffic controllers. Good to go. Oh, man. What do you think about the Kyle, Ben, and Brad versus 100 Strofes?
Pretty confident.
Me too.
Pretty confident in old KBN.
I'm not worried about Kyle. I'd put it that way.
Kyle sounds like he's gotten into a fair amount of fights.
So have I.
Yeah, and you lost.
No.
You were on the ground and you called for mommy.
What are you talking about?
Ben Brust, Kyle Wallace, Brad Nortman, Alex Strofe. God, you running that 3-cone combine. You are one inflated ego. That is one thing for sure. But I do respect it. The Potawatomi Casino Hotel Sportsbook odds are unofficial. 100 Strofes plus 10,000. One gorilla minus 100,000 to win in the Battle Royale. You can also see the line for the Milwaukee Bucks Indiana Pacers game tonight. You can also go watch the Milwaukee Bucks and the Pacers tonight at Potawatomi Casino Hotel with their 2,000 square foot video wall, the great food, the rewards card you can put in those kiosks, bingo, slot machines, table games, you name it, they have it. It's Potawatomi Casino Hotel. PaysBig.com/sportsbook to build your bets. Now we've gone further on the Carbos Talking text line. Not even 1 million Strophs could take on a gorilla. More next.
This is Kyle, Brust, and Nortman.
I was like, it's the 4-1-4 hour at 4.
I'm not gonna lie, I feel like the kid who got picked on the sports team. I was like, oh, you want me? No way.
On ESPN Wisconsin and the ESPN Wisconsin app. It doesn't matter if it's your first betting slip ever or just the first one of the week. We've got your Potawatomi sportsbook picks covered. Tune in Wednesdays to the Weekly Wager with Greg Matzik, Ben Brust, and Jen Latta.
If someone gives you 10,000 to 1 on anything, you take it.
The Weekly Wager, Wednesday nights at 6, right here on 94.5 ESPN, the Wisconsin On Demand app, and ESPN Milwaukee's YouTube channel.
Oh, can't show you in there.
Why not?
That's the bathroom. We need a new shower bad.
Think your shower is one of the ugliest in Wisconsin? Upload your photo by April 30th to goodkarmabrands.com/Wisconsin contest for a chance to win a free shower remodel. One lucky fan will win a free shower remodel from Kohler Services, including design consultation, demolition, and removal of your existing shower or bath, and installation of a brand new Kohler Luxstone shower. goodkarmabrands.com/Wisconsin contests.
Your current car, soon to be your old car. A new car? Better start looking. But you've got this. Just like Associated Bank's got you with free credit score and score monitoring on most new consumer checking accounts. Because when you know you need to make a big purchase, knowing your credit score puts you in the driver's seat. You've got this with free credit monitor from Associated Bank. See AssociatedBank.com/checking or ask a banker for details. Member FDIC.
Catch all the action this weekend at Franklin Field as the Milwaukee Panthers baseball team takes on Northern Kentucky in a 3-game series. Friday, the Panthers honor former head coach Scott Duffek in a pregame ceremony. First pitch is at 5 p.m. Then on Saturday, MKE welcomes back former players on Alumni Day. Game time is set for 3. The series concludes with Bark in the Park on Sunday with a 1 p.m. first pitch. Tickets for Milwaukee Panthers baseball are $7. Panthers Athletics for the MKE.
Introducing the newest carbless flavor, Mango Vodka. Flavored with the essence of the ripest, freshest mangoes, Carbless Mango Vodka will transport your taste buds to a sunny beach getaway. New flavor, still the same carbless crafted cocktails with 0 carbs, 0 sugars, and only 100 calories. Enjoy a refreshing vodka cocktail without the guilt. 4-packs of the new Carbless Mango Vodka cocktail are available in stores near you. Find your bliss today at drinkcarbless.com and escape with every sip.
Bandana? Check. Boots? Check. Gloves? Check. As a motorcycle rider in Wisconsin, you may go to great lengths to protect your image. Just be sure you're protecting yourself, too. Wear a Department of Transportation-approved helmet. Perform safety checks on your motorcycle. Know the traffic laws and don't take risks. Motorists and motorcyclists can work together to achieve 0 preventable deaths on Wisconsin roads. 0 in Wisconsin. Together, we can save lives. Learn more at zeroinwisconsin.gov. Wisconsin DOT.
Are you dreaming about summer in your backyard yet? Landworks handles projects of all sizes. From a cozy pocket patio lush with greenery to a grand outdoor hosting space and everything in between. Locally owned and operated, Landworks prides themselves on exceptional customer service and a personal approach to all of your landscaping needs. The Landworks team of experts will work closely with you, making your property shine all year. Experience the Landworks difference. Visit landworkswisconsin.com. That's landworkswisconsin.com.
the Knickerbocker Hotel, we believe your stay should be as convenient and luxurious as possible. Whether you're planning a small meeting or a special event, our versatile space is perfect for any occasion. Start your day with a delicious meal at the Nick Restaurant and Bar, or unwind at the Nick Salon and Spa. Wanting to stay active? Their 24-hour fitness center is always available. If you need something custom made or alterations made, there's a tailor on site. The Knickerbocker, where every detail is designed with your comfort in mind. For more information and to book your next stay, visit knickerbockeronthelake.com.
You're listening to Kyle, Brust, and Nortman, KBN, on ESPN Wisconsin, ESPN Milwaukee on YouTube, and the ESPN Wisconsin app.
People are starting to be mean to Alex Strofe on the Carbless Talk and text line.
Starting to.
Or I just went to the bathroom and came back and forgot that we were all being mean to you the whole last segment. 100 Strofes versus one Gorilla. Not 100 men, 100 Strofes. There's a huge difference between that. Ben Brust, Brad Nortman, no Kyle Wallace. We're on YouTube at ESPN Milwaukee and at ESPN Madison. As always, you can listen to us and hit us on the Carbless Talk and text line, 800-990-3776. I meant to say listen to us on the all-new ESPN Wisconsin app. Ron, this is so mean. 100 Strofes are more likely to kill each other due to sheer clumsiness and unathleticism than the gorilla having to do anything. Ooh, this is mean to all of us. A gorilla would crush 100 Kyles, 100 Brads, and 100 Bens at the same time.
Oh, wow. I'm not going to lie. The last 4 minutes, I've just been Googling gorilla strength facts.
I don't want any part of it.
Dude, it's crazy. Now I know 100 Strofes wouldn't be able to beat a gorilla.
Ben, Brad, and Kyle would be like 300 in the movie 300, except without the swords, things, and the shields.
They can crush bones with their grip. Think about that.
Hell no.
He can just grab a hold of your bone and snap it.
Nope.
With casually.
Like it just has a normal grip.
Yes. It's a normal grip.
I'm gripping a pen right now.
Yes. Yeah, you just I'm grabbing a cup right now. It goes crush.
That's like an aluminum.
Yeah. It'd be like us when we like take like a paper cup and go crush, you just crinkle it up.
That's what they do to our bones.
Just like that to our bones. Think about that. I mean, the carnage of Strofes would just be impossible to quantify. I can't even fathom it.
I'm now Team Gorilla.
Oh, for sure.
But what if it was like 100 The Rocks?
And
they looked at the gorilla and said, "Do you smell what The Rock is cooking?"
And because
that one wasn't that funny, but I just wanted to be really corny.
Well, you said that you watched 4 simulations.
It was all but it was tactical errors.
You need to do a full-on assault.
You need full-on assault. That's your only chance. If you got 10 guys fighting and the other 90 are waiting around, you're just waiting for your next death.
You can't do it in waves. You cannot do it in waves. The only chance is that you get 100 people at once.
I mean, we used to do this in the Revolutionary Wars. It was so stupid, but it's how battle was. You used to just line up and just be like, all right, time to shoot. Hopefully you don't get hit.
I still can't believe that people would be 30 yards from one another and just take turns standing shooting one another. When I experienced that in school for the first time, I was like, this can't be right. This can't be right.
Why are they charging?
Seriously. You couldn't, I don't know. Not that I'm brave.
Was that an unwritten rule of war terms?
Well, I don't know, because they had the bayonets at the end, so at some point they're getting close hand to hand.
When they ran, I'm basing this all off the movie The Patriot right now in my head. I don't know if you are.
Yes.
All right.
It must have been so crazy.
After they fire, I've been like, hot, they're reloading.
Yeah,
charge!
go. It doesn't make any sense.
So let's just line up, shoot, hopefully it doesn't hit me, and then if it doesn't, I get to shoot next.
And a bunch of people drop, you're reloading, the guy in front of you drops, now it's your turn to reload, shoot, you get popped.
No, the guy right next to you drops, all right, my turn to shoot.
It's crazy, man. What a world. What a world we live in.
What a world. And what a world it is when we have Are You Smarter Than Ben Brust guest number 10?
I believe this is number 11. Your record in 2025, 2-11-3 after a win last week. And
2 in a row.
One of my worst performances ever. But yes, two in
Way
a row.
too easy of questions.
Don't worry. We kicked it up a notch.
What a great day yesterday off of the weather being like in a spot where I was like, can I do this? I did it. I opened up the whole first floor with the roll screen. I had the hidden screens up. I had the hidden screens up all throughout my household, thanks to Gina Della and the entire team from Pella Windows and Doors of Wisconsin. By the way, their team was great. I had one minor issue with my door. Fixed it like that. Haven't had an issue since. The warranties that they bring, the service they provide, the next level care. You're not just another number. You're someone that's investing in a great product that's been there for over 100 years, and it's made by Pella. All the best warranties. You're going to see people. You know why? People are always like, we have Pella. Because Pella's the best, but you get the best service and the best warranties and the best quality when you work directly with Gina and their team. I wouldn't do it any other way, hands down. So call 855-PELLA-WI or visit PellaWI.com. Are you smarter than Ben Brust? Guest number 10. Caller number 10. 800-990-3776.
You don't listen, do you?
Is this 11?
I just told you that.
Caller number 11, 800-990-3776. You get to play me in Are You Smarter Than Ben Brust? 800-990-3776. You get 15 questions in 90 seconds. You're allowed to say skip or pass. Special guest number 11, caller number 11. In 2 minutes, 2 short minutes. Don't go anywhere. It's Kyle, Brust, and Nortman.
My house has a new glow. I love my windows. Universal Windows Direct.
Hey, it's Kyle Wallace. Right now, buy 2 windows, get 2 free. No limit. Pay no interest until 2030, plus $500 off your home improvement project. Restrictions apply. Call 414-410-2000.
I love my windows. They've got that brand new home effect. Universal Windows Direct.
Looking for a Milwaukee tradition? It's Saz, and for nearly 50 years, Saz's have been serving up award-winning ribs that'll make your taste buds dance. Don't miss our festival-famous mozzarella marinara, the appetizer that put us on the map and keeps Milwaukee coming back for more. Whether you're heading to a game or just catching up with family and friends, make Saz's your place to go. 55th and State. Saz's, where memories are made and stories are shared, one delicious bite at a time. Saz's Steakhouse, the finest. A Milwaukee tradition since 1976.
It's time for the Milwaukee Basketball Report on 94.5 ESPN. Brought to you by National Liquor Mart, located at 16th and National in Milwaukee. National Liquor Mart is packed with deals for all your beverage needs, where your satisfaction is their plan of action. Open 9 a.m. to 9 p.m. daily.
After Friday night's huge Game 3 win, the Bucks look to even up their series with the Pacers on Sunday night, ultimately coming up way short, losing 129-103 in the process. That, however, not the news of the game. Damian Lillard, an Achilles injury. Here's Doc Rivers after the game.
He's just such a great freaking dude. Like as a teammate and a father and all that stuff. No one deserves it, but God, you just look at him, and so that's why I feel bad.
The injury happened just 6 minutes into Lillard's game on Sunday night. Game 5 happens Tuesday at 5 o'clock in Indianapolis.
This has been the Milwaukee Basketball Report on 94.5 ESPN. Brought to you by National Liquor Mart.
Tune in to KBN every day at 2 o'clock. Kyle, Brust, and Nortman. 94.5 ESPN is WKTI and WKTI HD, Milwaukee.
A locally owned Good Karma brand station.
Broadcasting live from the Gruber Law Office's One Call That's All studio at the Avenue in downtown Milwaukee. This is Kyle, Brust, and Nortman, KBN on ESPN Wisconsin. Here's Kyle Wallace, Ben Brust, and Brad Nortman.
Oh, that's right. It is KBN. You are kicking it with us, and it is that time of the week when we always determine if our caller is indeed Are You Smarter Than Ben Brust. I am Brad Nortman alongside Alex Strofe. No Kyle Wallace. He's enjoying a little well-earned vacation. Ben is out in a different studio waiting for it. And we have the esteemed Greg Matzik from our sister station, WTMJ 620, here to be the guest. question for Are You Smarter Than Ben Brust? Greg, welcome on to KBN.
It's a very big moment here. I'm thrilled to have been invited.
Monumental.
Hey, just a couple of Lancers hanging out in a studio together. What could go wrong with that?
A couple of Lancers. Greg went to Brookfield Central. KBN, you know I went to Brookfield Central. I feel that energy. Brookfield Central, known for being a top academic institution, Greg. So we're going to show Ben a thing or two. Because we were just discussing, could 100 Strophs beat one gorilla? And there's a lot of talk back for it. We won't dive deep into it. But here's what I do know for sure. Ben could not beat one gorilla in Are You Smarter Than Ben Brust? The gorilla would win in Are You Smarter Than Ben Brust?
And we're lucky enough to have a gorilla on the line. A real live gorilla? Is that right, Alex?
That's right, Greg.
That's
You got it. Yeah,
Amazing. Amazing. All right, who do we got here? We got our contestant?
We have Wade in Bayside. Wade, how you feeling? I mean, Ben's on a 2-game win streak. We got to stop that right in its tracks. Are you?
Got to stop it.
Yeah, you feel confident that you were going to give Ben his well-earned loss today?
I'll do my best. I want to know. So, yeah.
Want to know? It's all we can ask for. Let's go ahead and spin it, Strophy.
For those of you who say Ben Brust is an idiot, here's your chance to be proven right. It's time to play Are You Smarter Than Ben Brust?
That's right, it is Are You Smarter Than Ben Brust, presented by Lakeland University. Here's how you play. 15 questions in 90 seconds to get as many answers correct as you can. You're allowed to say pass, and we will come back to it if you get through the rest. If you beat Ben Brust, stop this winning streak he's on, you're going to win an ESPN Wisconsin prize pack. And again, we've got the esteemed Greg Matzik from 620 WTMJ and former Brookfield Central Lancer asking the questions today. Greg, go ahead and take it away. All right. Wade in Bayside.
Wade in Bayside. Are you ready to go, Wade?
Yeah.
All right, let's do it. Let's count it down here in 3, 2, and 1. Who discovered penicillin?
Pasteur.
What part of the eye controls how much light enters?
Cornea.
What was the first planet?
Retina.
What was the first planet discovered with a telescope?
Venus.
What's the largest U.S. state by area?
Alaska.
What type of tree produces acorns?
Oak.
What is the name of the spacecraft that carried the first humans to the moon?
Apollo 11.
What does DNA stand for?
Say it again.
What does DNA stand for?
Pass.
In which country did the tango dance originate?
Argentina.
What is the term for molten rock after it has erupted from a volcano?
Lava.
Who is the Norse god of thunder?
Thor.
Which chess piece can only move diagonally?
Bishop.
What is the capital of Thailand?
Bangkok.
What is the only bird that can fly backwards? Oh, we are out of time. Can we answer the question?
Hummingbird.
Hummingbird. All
nice.
Right. You got through 13 of the 15 questions.
Pretty
And he got 9 of them right.
Yeah,
you got on a roll there.
And I did feel like the questions were just a bit more dialed up from last week. And man, I'll tell you what. There are some mornings I wake up on Tuesday morning a little salty. I'm not the question asker.
Yeah.
But when you got a guy like Greg Matzik,
this is why,
who's silky smooth, who's so good, his pace, his cadence, it's like you do this for a living, Greg. It's like you do this for a living.
Well, I too felt like I got on a roll after a while.
Yeah, you sure did. You sure did. Well, a 9 spot for Wade in Bayside. I'll tell you what, the questions are a little bit harder. I don't think Ben has a chance. I really don't.
These were tough. I think Ben might get the tango dance origination country, if I had to guess.
Yeah, and Ben is walking in the room.
Hey, big guy.
A little bit of a strut of confidence.
He looks good. Fresh cut, nice polo shirt.
Yeah, we do. Now he's
Ben Brust in all his glory.
Yeah, in all of his glory. He's on a 2-week winning streak, and Ben, you're playing Wade in Bayside. I combine the names right
also
there.
known as Bade. No, he's known as Bade in many circles. Hello.
Bade at Wayside?
Yeah.
That's right.
And I did have shots fired as we entered the segment. We were talking about 100 Strophs, first one gorilla. I made the claim that a gorilla would be able to beat you in Are You Smarter Than Ben Brust?
Oh, wow.
I know. It was a little bit of a little below the waist.
Wow, that doesn't feel like Brad Nortman.
I felt like I need to come clean on it, but I stand by it.
Well, then why'd you come clean?
Guilt, Ben.
I have a feeling that Greg Matzik is probably one of the most elite question askers that we have.
Dude, the enunciation is unmatched.
I literally
I'm
said,
impressed.
there are some mornings I'm still salty, I'm not doing this, but then I hear Greg do it, I'm like, yep,
this is why I was fired.
So you were replaced?
Yeah, I gave the answer twice.
In the question.
In the question.
Oh, well, that'll, yeah.
Well, no, he did it once. We suspended him for a month. The first time back after getting suspended from this, he did the same thing.
I did. That's criminal.
Well, all right. I will
There's
aim.
high integrity in this game.
I would like to come back, so I'm going to aim not to do that for you, Ben.
Yep.
Most people don't want to come back, and then they try and help me out.
I like this. All right,
Greg.
So you know how the game is played, right? Of course he does. He's a seasoned veteran, Ben Brust.
How many times I've actually played this game?
That would
A
be
lot.
a crazy stat on yourself.
Well, this is time 17 in 2025.
Yeah, I'd like to go back to the original, the first one you ever did.
Say we do it 50 times a year.
Yeah.
50 times a year.
Probably
you could do
300 of these?
Probably.
Over 6 years.
Well, I haven't gotten any smarter.
Well, if this is your first time listening,
Self-realization there.
Of those 315 questions in 90 seconds, get as many answers correct as you can. You're allowed to say pass. We'll come back to you to get through the rest. If Wade and Bayside beat you, he's going to win a ESPN prize package.
All right,
Greg.
here we go. Ben, you ready to go?
Yes, Greg.
He is ready to play. Let's count him down, Strophe, in 3, 2, and 1. Who discovered penicillin?
A gorilla.
What part of the eye controls how much light enters?
The retina.
What was the first planet discovered with a telescope?
Mars?
What is the largest U.S. state by area?
Alaska.
What type of tree produces acorns?
An acorn tree?
I knew that was coming.
What is the name of the spacecraft that carried the first humans to the moon?
What was Neil Armstrong on?
Yeah.
Yep.
Right
Pass.
guy. Right guy.
What does DNA stand for?
Strophe, you're such a douche. Next.
In which country did the tango dance originate?
Oh, man. Mexico?
What is the term for molten rock after it has erupted from a volcano?
Lava.
Who is the Norse god of thunder?
I can picture him.
Oh, yeah?
Strophe, shut up. This is the most talking you've done. It's distracted me. I don't know. Pass.
Which chess piece can only move diagonally?
It's the guy with the... Pass!
What is the capital of Thailand?
Bangkok.
What is the only bird that can fly backwards?
A bat.
That's not a bird.
13 of 15 questions asked, and not enough answered correctly.
No.
Yeah, only 3 correct.
What is the sideways guy? And you know what I was doing?
Of course. Is that Austin Powers?
No. But kind
That's what I was thinking of.
Yes.
Ivana.
In my experience doing trivia games, the answer to any question involving a planet is Uranus. It's always Uranus. It just is.
Was this the answer?
Well, it was the answer.
That was the answer. Now,
The
it may
first
just be
planet ever seen in a telescope was Uranus?
It may just also be my elementary sense of humor.
Yes, well, that could be too. You have you have to know the person putting the questions together to sometimes lead you to the answer.
Hang on. I hate no talking. I got to get to the answer because I really want to know some of these.
Yeah. Okay. All right, should we go through it?
Yeah.
All right, here we go. Question number 1. Who discovered penicillin? That was Alexander Fleming. What part of the eye controls how much light enters? That is the pupil. What was the first planet discovered with a telescope? Say it with me, everybody. Uranus. Alaska is the largest U.S. state by area. What type of tree produces acorns? The oak tree.
Acorn tree.
Apollo 11, the name of the spacecraft that carried the first humans to the moon.
Austin Powers.
DNA stands for deoxyribonucleic acid.
Nope. Deoxyribonucleic
acid.
I was going to say something nucleic. I knew there was something nucleic in there.
I think you did spell it right, too. Argentina is where the tango dance originated on this International Dance Day.
Impressive by Wade to get that one.
That was a good poll. Dancing, of course, a vertical expression of a horizontal desire.
Powerful.
What is the term for the molten rock after it has erupted from a volcano? That is lava, correct, from Ben?
Magma.
Thor is the Norse god of thunder. The bishop is the chess piece that can only move diagonally.
Wait, so what were you doing with your body with the bishop?
Well, it's got a little thing that looks like, on the...
No,
it's got it's got a nipple on his head.
But isn't the bishop the horse?
No,
that's the knight.
Oof, I don't know chess.
Okay, all right. Bangkok is the capital of Thailand. The hummingbird is the only bird to fly backwards. 2 questions we didn't get to here. What body of water separates Saudi Arabia from Africa? That is the Red Sea. How many strings does a standard violin have? The answer is
6.
4.
That's a guitar.
You were
man.
close.
That's a guitar.
There we go. 9 correct from Wade from Bayside.
Good performance. Wade. He's a smarty pants.
Yeah, our Bayside Tiger, Wade. Well done.
Wow.
Is that what Bayside is? Tigers?
So in the show Saved by the Bell, it's the Bayside Tigers.
Oh, wow.
Wait, is Saved by the Bell based in Wisconsin?
No, not at all. It's based in, we think, California.
But
the Bayside Tigers.
Screech was from Port Washington, and then he kind of went haywire.
Yeah, always it was
I think.
R.I.P.
Oh, yikes.
Yeah, he died years ago. That's okay.
And on that note, that's Are You Smarter Than Ben Brust, brought to you by Lakeland University.
That was fun.
What a pro.
Hey, thanks, guys.
The treat is ours, Greg. The treat is all ours.
I would love to come back. I really enjoyed that. I might just come in here and sit next time.
You're welcome anytime.
Absolutely can come in anytime.
Thank you very much.
And you could also join me for a little tennis at the Princeton Club.
Today?
Not today, but they have it at New Berlin.
I don't know what hand I am. I don't know if I switch hands when I play pickleball. I go left hand to right hand.
Well, then I got you covered.
I got to get this figured out.
And I got to get a strong body and a strong mind while helping support strong communities at the Princeton Club, gearing up for the wedding. And I have a big goal. I know what I want to look like. In order to achieve that, I got to put in the work. But no goal is too big or too small. They provide everything needed with 24/7. They are open. Free childcare with the membership. New equipment coming in all the time. Steam rooms, saunas. They have it all for you at the Princeton Club. So for your better tomorrow, join the Princeton Club. I hate not having my sheet in front of me, but if I had to guess, what do I have next?
Ooh, we had a crazy statement from someone on Jim Matt and Molly.
Oh, Jim Matt and Molly, the Wilde and Tausch takeover across ESPN Wisconsin. This is close to more outrageous than Strofe thinking that 100 Strofes could beat one gorilla. Next.
This is Kyle, Brust, and Nortman.
The comments were so mean, but they also were kind of funny.
Wait, I didn't see the comments.
They said popcorn back in middle school must have been tough.
Please don't pick me.
On ESPN Wisconsin and the ESPN Wisconsin app.
I'm Debbie Lazigo. We've got a few things going on. First of all, westbound 94, west of Highway 83, right around Highway C, we've got the right shoulder blocked with a crash there. Delays heading into that area. Northbound 41 at Watertown Plank Road, we've got the left lane blocked with some debris. Just beyond that, we've got the left lane blocked with a crash as well. So that's going to start to get delayed really quick now. Northbound on 43, heavy ride out of the Marquette all the way up towards Keith. We've also got some debris on 894 eastbound at about 76th Street on the left shoulder, so something to keep in mind going through there. I'm Debbie Lazigo with your WTMJ Time Saver Traffic. And checking the TMJ4 Storm Team forecast. Tonight, mostly clear, chilly, a low of 37 at the lake, 34 inland. Tomorrow, partly cloudy with a chance of rain later on, a high of 50 at the lake, 58 inland. From the WTMJ Traffic Center, I'm Debbie Lazigo on 94.5 ESPN.
With Wilde and Tausch, you won't miss a play.
And now, unless there's a big boy trade coming that I don't see on the horizon, Green Bay is going to run this thing back and probably pick up an early round draft pick to add to that room.
Presented by Pella Windows and Doors of Wisconsin.
And you hope that these other guys will emerge and can add, but I don't see them making a J.R. Ewing type change.
Weekdays from 9 to noon on 94.5 ESPN, ESPN Milwaukee's YouTube channel, and the ESPN Wisconsin app.
Whether you're about to graduate high school or have been in the workforce for years, it's time to take control of your future. Welcome to Lakeland University, where you call the shots. We use our flexible learning formats to customize your degree path. In-person, online, and virtual classes are all available. Lakeland University is designed around you, your goals, your schedule, your future. You can even earn up to 25% of your degree via paid work experiences. Ready to take control of your future? Let us customize an education to fit your needs. Visit lakeland.edu/ESPN to learn more.
At Citizens Bank, community banking is you, growing your business with a partner who gets it. It's you, buying your first home with a lender who makes it easy. It's you, building a future with savings that work just as hard as you. And it's us, working together to strengthen our community. Because at Citizens Bank, community banking means you plus us. Visit us at citizensbankwi.bank. Citizens Bank is member FDIC and an equal housing lender.
Bev Anderson has a big idea she wants to share.
Bev has been here for 24 years.
Hi, Bev. We're anxious to hear your idea.
Kessler's is 45 years old this year. Monica, remember when your dad used to say in every radio ad, "I'm Richard Kessler, and I want to be your jeweler"?
I never got to hear that.
Yeah, and then Rick would say,
Kessler's Diamonds, inconveniently located on Appleton Avenue, Menominee Falls.
Inconveniently?
Richard said it was inconvenient for people to have to drive all the way to Menominee Falls, so he might as well admit it.
Bev, tell us your idea.
Richard said something else in almost every ad, and I think we should start saying it again because it's really important.
Tell us.
We do diamonds better because diamonds are what we do.
I love that.
Fantastic idea, Bev.
Kessler's Diamonds.
We do diamonds better because diamonds are what we do.
For the location nearest you, visit KesslersDiamonds.com.
Drum roll, please.
Carbliss is here with refreshing new flavors. Introducing their Tropical Bliss Variety Pack. Let the summertime flavors of blood orange, watermelon, raspberry, and grapefruit whisk you away from the winter blues. New flavors, same great Carbliss perks. Every handcrafted cocktail still has 0 sugar, 0 carbs, and just 100 calories. Find the Tropical Bliss Variety Pack in store wherever Carbliss is sold and enjoy your winter passport to paradise. Grab a pack today and discover why Bliss is more with Carbliss.
This is Kyle, Brust, and Nortman, KBN, on ESPN Wisconsin, ESPN Milwaukee on YouTube, and the ESPN Wisconsin app.
Last Friday night, yeah, we danced on tabletops. Now we took too many shots. Think we kissed, but I forgot. Last Friday night, yeah, we
Earlier this morning across ESPN Wisconsin, no Jason Wilde or Mark Tauscher, so is the Jim, Matt, and Molly takeover. You can hear Jim, Matt, and Molly 4 to 6 on 100.5 ESPN. And yes, the Milwaukee Bucks play today. Game 5 in Indiana. You can't be the guy playing the song that, like, yesterday. What was the song? How'd it go? It was like, I will remember you by Sarah McLachlan, yes. Talking about Giannis and the Bucks, then get hyped for a game that's happening.
What do you mean? Game 5, baby. Bucks in 7. Gotta lose 3 to win in 7.
Bucks in 7.
Just doesn't have the same ring to it. But what's worse than Strofe thinking that he could beat a gorilla if there was 100 of him?
Well, it's worse than that?
Yeah. Is this audio we're about to play from Jim, Matt, and Molly on Wilde and Tausch this morning?
Here's my never gonna happen thought, that if you were just operating in a vacuum of without all the other tangible things or intangible things that matter in sports, I would just, whether I don't know, someone from the ownership group or John Horst, someone goes to Giannis and says, "Hey man, you're not gonna play. It's not worth it. There's no biscuit worth risking it for tonight."
But do you think that Giannis would actually agree to that?
No, that's why I'm saying that this is imaginary, and Giannis would not agree to it. It goes against everything who he is. But the smart thing for the Milwaukee Bucks and Giannis is to not play him.
Wow. I mean, there's not a lot of words.
I just wanted to sit for a second. Was that real?
That wasn't AI.
It wasn't Strofe AI.
That was not Strofe AI. That was a real clip.
Come on now. Come on now. What are we doing? You think it's the smartest idea for the ownership group to go to the best player on the team and the franchise player that, sure, you don't want him to get hurt ever, but if he's trying to protect the trade value of Giannis, you don't come to him right now and basically say, hey, we're giving up. We're shipping you away right before the playoff game of Game 5. And yeah, it's not in his DNA. And yeah, I don't even think that's an imaginary world. That's like the stupidest thing I've ever heard.
I would never respect the Bucks organization if that was even proposed in their office. I would never put on another Bucks jersey, shirt, or anything, because that would be the softest, most surrendering type thing you could ever do to a person that has changed your organization, changed the city. It would be embarrassing. It's an embarrassing suggestion.
The statement of like in a vacuum and it's never going to happen, and then to say this is what they should do. Why even say it at all?
Yeah.
Because it's not even the scenario, and it makes zero sense in any scenario that is real life, which is why I didn't need to go imaginary and it would never going to happen, because why are we saying it then?
Yeah, no amount of qualifiers makes that make any sense.
Everyone in this room is now dumber for having listened to it.
I've listened to it several times now, and I'm still having trouble
with the why.
What the hell he's talking about?
Like why was this I like to give Jim the benefit of the doubt, because he will say things sometimes that he truly believes, but will rile some people up.
Mm-hmm.
This one doesn't make any sense at all.
You can't actually believe it. You can't.
Here's where I'm at. I think this could be what he's thinking. The Bucks 100%, in Jim's mind, this is not me saying this or reporting this, so just in case.
No, this is
I don't
you
want to
saying
get cut
this.
out of context. Jim thinks the Bucks are 100% trading Giannis. That is what Jim thinks when he says this offseason. Therefore, because he views this series as over, it's 3-1, obviously the most impossible deficit to come back from, other than 3-0, in the NBA, in NBA history. He views it as Giannis could possibly maybe get hurt, therefore making his trade value less than it is as the second best player in the world. Therefore, they should go ahead and kill any possible reason he could maybe possibly get hurt in this game. Therefore, he should
add another
play.
Therefore.
Yeah. Therefore, maybe the Bucks should just say, "Hey, it's over." I don't get it, man.
Ryan from Iguanago chimes in on the Carbless Talking text line. Even Kyle Wallace thinks that's dumb.
Wow.
That's good.
It would be the most disrespectful way to end someone's career.
The Bucks have no chance in this series, so why is he wrong? That statement right there. It would be so disrespectful to fans, to Giannis, to their own organization, to literally throw in the towel at the end of a potential journey. In which, by the way, even if they do lose, I'm not going to be the front office that says, yes, Giannis, great season. After season meetings, come here and talk with Jimmy Haslam and is it Edens or no, it's what's
I don't remember.
Strofe, other governor, not Edens. Lazary. No.
Yeah, Alex Lazary.
And be like, you know what? Thank you. We're trading you.
Yeah.
That would be so stupid too. To be like, yeah, like we're going to trade you. We're building this entire Deer District area and you've been a huge part of it. Meanwhile, I did walk in the city of Milwaukee today to go pick something up at a hotel that was built right by Fiserv Forum, and I saw a new concert venue right by Fiserv Forum and say, you know what? We should move you because we're going to get more butts and seats without the second best player in the world or arguably the best player in the world. We're going to sit you tonight.
Yeah, and not only like the best player in the world, most marketable player in the world, because Giannis's disposition, his international reach, everything about him, even if you pre-decided before this game, said, you know what, the ownership group talked to Jim, even if they decided we are trading Giannis this postseason, this would be the biggest slap in the face that you could possibly give to Giannis before his final game as a Buck, to say you don't even get the opportunity to like enjoy wearing this jersey one more time. We are telling you by benching you that you're going to be
I always
traded.
like to do this when I think, am I missing something? Is listen to it again. Am I missing something here? Did I miss something? Did I mishear something? This was earlier on Wilde and Tausch. Did you just not listen to me set that up for a good 10 seconds?
I thought I was going to be playing X-Files. I thought you were going to do like a Brian Windhorse thing. Like, why would he say this?
Well, I might do that after I listen to it a second time. You know, because this is...
Been thought that if you were just operating in a vacuum of without all the other tangible things or intangible things that matter in sports, I would just, whether, I don't know, someone from the ownership group or John Horst, someone goes to Giannis and says, hey, man, you're not going to play. It's not worth it. We're not. There's no biscuit worth risking it for tonight.
But do you think that Giannis would actually agree to that?
No, that's why I'm saying that this is imaginary, and Giannis would not agree to that. It goes against everything.
Because he's right. Like he knows that this would go against everything Giannis stands for.
He's hesitant to even say it, right? Like the lead up to it, he's just providing all these disclaimers, and he can't believe this.
He doesn't believe. That's why I'm fascinated he said it. Because he doesn't even believe what he's saying. And that's why I'm sad.
But maybe, therefore, I mean, I am struggling here, boys.
Carver's talking text line.
This one makes no sense.
Not even at home either, right? Like, not even like it's not like it's at home. I guess that's not why it wouldn't matter. It's not even a slap in the face. It's a kick in the jewels.
Oh, that's so well said. That is so well said.
I'm going to disregard Chris in the 262's first portion because
hold on. Let me just try to get my arms around this one. Okay, you're down 2 touchdowns in the fourth quarter, and that's like saying, "Hey, Tom Brady, why don't you?"
Well, the Bucs are kind of down 5 touchdowns in the fourth quarter, but you're not taking.
It's a good analogy.
You don't grab one of the greatest players ever when they are still alive. Like the series is not over. I mean, it's over, but it's not over. We are still playing a basketball game.
Yes,
tonight.
there is. Yeah. The ball will be tipped tonight.
Yeah,
and if they win tonight, that means you get Game 6 back on your home floor, right? And then all of a sudden, maybe you're going, 3-2. Next game's in Milwaukee. If you win tonight. I'm not saying, but I'm saying there's a chance to take one of
this
the greatest.
But this is what you're saying is essentially like this is sports. Yeah. Giving up on the first round against the Indiana Pacers with the greatest player in the world is one of the most asinine things I've ever heard.
I mean,
is there anything more to this?
I think we should stop wasting oxygen.
Okay.
To be honest,
all right, that's fair. I'm done. Oxygen back. Maybe though, hang on 1 second.
Here we go.
Got absolutely nothing for this one, other than it's your last day to get Screamin' Sicilian Originals at for Piggly Wiggly, $4.99. Screamin' OGs are go $8.99, $9.99, $7.99. $4.99 for original Screamins at Piggly Wiggly, and it's your last day to do so. So stock up on your favorites. Frozen Pizza Friday was electric at the Brust household, and we had different OG Screamins. We had the Supreme, we had the Boss Hog. I think I had come back and I was like, this is going to be amazing because you know what? I don't have to cook, I don't have to clean, and I'm so sick of having to clean up after dinners during the week. Like it is like you cook for yourselves, you cook for your kids. Can't wait for you just to make one big thing for the family. Brad, you'll get there one day too.
Oh yeah,
right. You have to like feed the kids, and then you got to feed yourselves.
That's the process.
Once it's all part of the same meal, I cannot wait for that. But right now in my life, don't want to cook, don't want to clean. I got Screamin' Sicilian right there for me. It will be there for you in your local grocer's freezer. Is Rob Demovsky next? Rob Demovsky, who dropped the bombshell that the Packers are open to a resolution with Jaire Alexander. Let's hear from Rob on the phone. Next on Kyle, Brust, and Nortman.
This is Kyle, Brust, and Nortman, KBN.
Do you wash your shins in the shower? We shower from hair to kneecap. The rest can drip down our legs to our feet.
It doesn't work that way.
No, it does work that way.
What does the poll say?
34% don't wash their shins.
That is shockingly low. KBN Nation, you're better than that.
Yeah, it sounds like we have a lot of disgusting human beings on this planet.
On ESPN Wisconsin and the ESPN Wisconsin app.
It's a crash on 41 northbound right at the ramp from Watertown Plank Road. That one has the left lane blocked, so watch for delays coming out of the Zoo interchange past that point. Still going to be slow all the way up past Capitol anyway. Southbound on 41, slowing down just south of Main Street, all the way down to Silver Spring. Northbound 43 backed up out of the Marquette up to Keefe. Southbound slows down from North Avenue down and over the high-rise bridge. And one other accident on westbound 94 west of Highway C. We've got an accident off on the shoulder. the right shoulder. Just watch out for the delays coming in from before Highway 83. Tee off at Lake Lawn Resort Majestic Oaks Golf Course. 18 holes, lakeside in Delavan. Whether you're a pro or just starting, it's the perfect course. Book your tee time today at lakelawnresort.com. And checking the TMJ4 Storm Team forecast. Tonight, mostly clear, chilly, a low of 37 at the lake, 34 inland. Tomorrow, partly cloudy, chance of rain later on, a high of 50 at the lake, 58 inland. From the WTMJ Traffic Center, I'm Debbie Lazaga on 94.5 ESPN.
I-94 rivalry is more than just bragging rights. Get to the ballpark for Brewers-Cubs action May 2nd through the 4th and spend Friday and Saturday night under the lights and help the Crew defend American Family Field and the National League Central Crown.
That's your ball game!
Then pack the park for Sunday matinee baseball at the May 4th series finale and take advantage of the Sunday Fun Day bundle. Get your tickets now at Brewers.com.
Hey, this is Brad Nortman, here to tell you about my friends at Bank 5-9. Everywhere I go throughout the area, I see Bank 5-9, and it's no wonder why. Not only do they have 14 branch locations, but their employees spend nearly 9,000 hours each year volunteering in the communities that they serve. That's on top of the financial support that they provide to several hundred nonprofits right here in southeastern Wisconsin. If you're looking for a true local community bank, check them out today at bank59.com. Member FDIC.
My house has a new glow. I love my windows. Universal Windows Direct.
Hey, it's Kyle Wallace. Right now, buy 2 windows, get 2 free. No limit. Pay no interest until 2030, plus $500 off your home improvement project. Restrictions apply. Call 414-410-2000.
I love my windows. They've got that brand new home effect. Universal Windows Direct.
Looking to transform your home with stylish furniture and home accessories without breaking the bank? At your local IKEA in Oak Creek, they believe everyone deserves a beautiful and affordable living experience that enhances your everyday life. From comfortable and fashionable sofas and sectionals, to kitchens full of inspiration, to bedrooms designed to help you find your best sleep and relaxation, IKEA's home furnishing combines form and function to fit any lifestyle and budget. Visit IKEA Oak Creek today or explore their collection online at ikea.com/US.
It's a home run! But wait, is your roof ready for the big league storms? If your roof has more holes than a catcher's mitt, it's time to bring in the pros.
At Avondale Roofing, we've been handling leaks, repairs, and full replacements with major league precision for over 30 years.
Whether it's a quick patch-up or full upgrade, our team steps up to the plate and knocks it out of the park every time.
You're out!
Don't wait till water's in your dugout. Call Avondale Roofing today and keep your home in the win column.
Hey Wisconsin, it's construction season and the Wisconsin DOT wants to help you safely navigate work zones in your area. Check 511wi.gov or download the free 511 app to see current road work, closures, detours, and camera views on your route. Wherever your travels take you, know before you go with 511wi.gov. That's 511wi.gov. And remember, know before you go. Always park the phone while driving. Sponsored by the Wisconsin DOT.
This is Kyle, Brust, and Nortman, KBN, on ESPN Wisconsin, ESPN Milwaukee on YouTube, and the ESPN Wisconsin app. Bold, bald, beautiful. ESPN NFL Nation reporter Rob Demovsky on Kyle, Brust, and Nortman.
We appreciate Rob Demovsky taking the time to talk with us. Kyle, Brust, Nortman, no Kyle. Rob, no Bread out to react to. How you doing?
What's going on, boys?
Not too much. Actually, quite a bit. Strofe thinks 100 Alex Strofes could beat one gorilla.
I agree with that.
What? 100? Have you seen Strofe in person?
Rob.
Yeah, I've seen Strofe. 100 of them? I mean, come on. Like,
Thank you, Rob.
100? 100 is a lot, man.
Hit him with the facts.
No,
Rob.
Put it this way. I'd take 75 Ben Brust and about
I wouldn't.
85 Brad Nortmans.
Wait, less...
Wait, you would take Les Benz? Les Benz to beat the gorilla?
Yeah, you are kind of soft. You were a punter.
Yeah, that's true. I've never been in a fight before, Rob.
That's what I'm saying.
But Rob, A gorilla can pick up and throw 1,800 pounds. That means it can pick up and throw 10.5 strofes at one time. Its grip can break bones.
You still got 90 and a half, or 89 and a half strokes.
What do you think the 89.5 strophes are going to think when the first 10 get thrown 20 feet?
You know what, guys? You're totally right. Rob didn't break any news today or anything.
Per Rob Demovsky on Twitter, he said, according to his source, the Packers and Jaire Alexander continue to talk about a possible resolution, which could include reconciliation to where Packers and Alexander have him playing in 2025. After all options on their table: release, trade, or return. I guess where we go, Rob, is with the money side of things.
Mm-hmm.
Is this possible without a restructuring?
No. And that's the here's how I would have been able to piece the thing together basically since January to now, talking to people inside the building, outside the building, in Jaire's camp, and so on, is that at the beginning of the offseason, both sides were done with each other, right? Like, the coaches were fed up with the fact that they just didn't know if he was going to play. The GM, same thing. The player, wanted to change the scenery, and that this thing was headed for divorce. Gutekunst does not say things like, yeah, we just want to get something in return for him, like if he's not going to be on our team. Like, that stuff never happens. They don't say things like that, lightly. But as the draft came and went, and there were no trades, at least that made sense to the Packers. We don't know if there are actually trades proposed, but they didn't make one, so nothing enticed them. The market then for Jaire, probably dried up a little bit because teams filled their holes in the draft, and the two sides were kind of left looking at each other going, okay, what now? Now, I did report a month or so ago that at that point the Packers had not offered Jaire a restructured contract, and if they had, he wouldn't have taken it. Well, clearly they're talking about something right now, so you would assume that has to mean that he's at least considering, looking at a restructured deal. There's a number of ways they could do that. That is, the Mason Crosby deal from 2013 when he took a massive pay cut after his really bad year, but they gave him incentives in which he could earn it all back. That's one way to do it. The other way to do it is just say, you know what, you got to take a pay cut, and you're not getting any of that back. We are still a long way away from Jaire agreeing to any of that and the Packers presenting anything that he would agree to. But at least at this point right now, both sides might realize they need each other a little more than they thought they did back in January or whenever the season ended.
Well, to follow up on that, Rob, I mean, Goody said pre-draft with basically every position group, he's like, I think we're good. I like the guys in the room, et cetera, et cetera. So now that we're talking about the cornerback position, now that those conversations are happening, do you think this reflects that Goody maybe isn't comfortable with his cornerback room and they realizes they need a guy like Jaire? Or do you think that Jaire is would just be a cherry on top of an otherwise room that he's very comfortable with?
I think if there's a room, Brad, that he's not completely comfortable with, it's that one, which part could play into the fact that they might be more willing to have him back as long as they felt like this wasn't going to be a repeat of the last 2 years in terms of playing 7 games and missing 10 every year, so or whatever it's been. I think it's been 7 and 7 the last 2 years that he's played. So here's the problem if you're the Packers. He's a good player, maybe even a really good player when he's healthy, but you cannot go into each week or a season not knowing, if you're going to have him or not. And look, I realize anybody could get hurt at any time, and you won't know if you're going to have him. But it's a little bit like the Bakhtiari situation where, there's questions about, how hurt is he, or can he play? Should he have been playing when he wasn't playing? And only he and them, have their own, feelings on that. I mean, who knows how hurt he was? I mean, he had a surgery, so you would think he was pretty hurt. But they don't want to go into that, into another season, keeping a roster spot and preparing each week to have him and then not have him. So they need some assurances that something's going to be different. And I don't know what that is or what that could be. I don't think this has anything to do with, the suspension from 2 years ago or any of that. I think it's purely about if you're going to pay him $17.5 million and he's going to be on your roster, you have to feel like he has a chance to play more than he's played in the last couple of years.
Rob Demovsky, ESPN.com writer and TV star, as you see him on SportsCenter with all the Green Bay Packers news, joining us here on Kyle, Brust, and Nortman. Rob, do you feel as if something were to go the right way for both parties, that he would be welcomed back with open arms amongst his teammates?
I think so.
And coaches?
Yeah, well, let's start with teammates. I think he's really well liked, Ben. I really do. I mean, he is a fun guy to be around. There's no question about that. You're in the locker room. He's funny. He's outgoing. He likes to have a good time. I think guys like it. Okay, so that's the. I don't think there's any issue with the players. You know, the coaches, they're the ones that have to deal with the fallout when, you know, a guy, you think he's going to play and you prepare to have him and he doesn't play. So, like, to me, that's where the greatest frustration level, from the way I could sense it, was from the coaches. You know, and again, like, how do you know?
Here's my thing, Rob. They were a top 10 defense last year with that scenario, and if you're able to put your money, I know there's a money component, right? If you're paying a certain amount, you expect a result from somebody, but if you are able to restructure and he's back, and it's more incentive based on time on the field, then doesn't that alleviate the stresses of, like, the expectations?
Yeah, if he's willing to do that, you know, but at this point, you know, who knows what he's willing to do and how much he's willing to take off the contract. So those are all questions at this point, Ben, that we don't have an answer to.
Do you suspect this will take a long time to resolve, or is this like a Jordan Love contract situation last year that this could go through training camp?
I thought it was going to be resolved long before this, Brad. I really did. I thought when, you know, the early stages of free agency, something might happen. But at this point, you know, I don't know what to expect, but I do get the feeling that the fact that both sides have been, you know, are willing to talk and be at the negotiating table, or, you know, however they're discussing things right now, does make me feel like that they could be headed toward a resolution. But I've been down that road before, and it has not. So I do think it's a good sign that they are in communication, and this isn't just standoff at this point.
Rob Demovsky, real quickly before we let you go, because I know you're running around. As you walk away from the draft in Green Bay, did anything change for you in terms of your expectations for the 2025 Green Bay Packers?
Well, I don't know about expectations, but I think what they did, Ben, was, you know, every time you lose in the playoffs, you look at the team you lost to and say, how can we beat them, right? Like we said it with the 49ers or the Eagles. I don't think they looked at the offseason as in, we got to make our team so that it can beat the Eagles. But what I do think they did was look at their team and see how the Eagles beat them and how you have to get better regardless of who you're playing. And that's in two areas offensively. One up front, and just having a better offensive line and being able to withstand a defensive front like the Eagles had. And then two, you got to give your quarterback some more weapons. You got to give them some options. You know, we have talked ever since Devontae Adams walked out that door. They've been telling you they don't need a number one receiver. Well, maybe last year proved they do. And they had to try to do something to address that room. And I think that's where you feel better about this team, is that the offensive line and the weapons are there. I still, you know, they lost that game in Philadelphia because the offense put up 10 points, right? Like that's it. Defensively, they were good enough. Special teams, they were good enough. The fumble, obviously, to start the game from Keyshawn Nixon really, really hurt. But they still could have won the game if the offense had lived up. So I think they've accomplished that. They've reshaped the offensive line. We'll see about how happy Elton Jenkins is playing center or not. We haven't heard from him yet, but I do think they've put some guys in the right places.
How many bold, bald, beautiful Rob Demovskys to take down a gorilla?
Well, I'm one small bald man, so I think it would take a couple hundred.
All right, we need more than 100 for Rob, but yet he still thinks 100 Strophes can do it. I'm really turned around right now in this world.
Trophy's young and strong and active.
Strong? Have you seen his 3-cone combine drill?
Well, there's guys.
That's going to be the full charge at those gorillas.
Hey,
they're going to be laughing at him.
I'm not a test. I don't fall in love with guys because they test well or don't test well.
God, I love Rob. I
So-
fall in love with Rob Demovsky because he's got my damn back. I'm like, you two clowns.
So you're saying Strouf's a gamer?
That's what I'm saying. Forget some guys practice and don't show up on game day. So Strophy's not that kind of guy.
Well, thank you, Rob, and
yeah,
I'm shocked. I'm less shocked about Jaire and more shocked about Strouf. Thank you for your time.
All right, we'll be seeing you.
Thanks,
That's Rob Demovsky of ESPN.
It's so great to hear his voice.
It really is.
It really is. Good to always have him on. Kyle Brust Nortman. It's good to see you at Road America, America's National Park of Speed. Get out of your house. I am one of those. I'm just a brisk walk with the dogs and the lady and the kid. It's been amazing. But you can camp out, grill out, enjoy Road America, located conveniently between Green Bay and Milwaukee, close to Madison. Come see a race at the legendary 4-mile, 14-turn road course, where free admission for kids 16 and under is still a thing with a paying adult at the gate. I tell you what, their concession stand will make you feel like you're at the state fair because there's literally something for everyone. Spring Vintage Weekend with the SVRA is up May 16th through the 18th. That's right. Coming up in 2 to 3 weeks here. You have some racing at Road America. You come for that experience and stay for the race. Get your tickets at roadamerica.com. Brad has decided that they're going to find out or not find out about the gender. We have an official ruling. Next.
This is Kyle Brust and Nortman.
These hands are not made for fixing anything in a house. I'll make a phone call, and I'm cheap, but I ain't that cheap. I got my guys. Got my handyman. Shout out to Chris. Under the table.
Just like that, dude's getting audited now.
Yeah.
On ESPN Wisconsin and the ESPN Wisconsin app. With Wildy and Tausch, you won't miss a play.
And now, unless there's a big boy trade coming that I don't see on the horizon, Green Bay is going to run this thing back and probably pick up an early round draft pick to add to that room.
Presented by Pella Windows and Doors of Wisconsin.
And you hope that these other guys will emerge and can add, but I don't see them making a J.R. Ewing type change.
Weekdays from 9 to noon on 94.5 ESPN, ESPN Milwaukee's YouTube channel, and the ESPN Wisconsin app.
So many of our youth carry unimaginable burdens. Anger, depression, even thoughts of suicide. At Rawhide Youth Services, we recognize their pain. We help them find hope and healing. For those that need a second chance at life, we refuse to give up on them. Please be a part of our life-saving work. When you donate your used vehicle to Rawhide, you're helping change the lives of countless youth in our communities. Go to rawhide.org/donate and help them realize a brighter future today.
Let's talk about home turf. Your lawn is a reflection of your pride, hard work, and even competitive spirit. If you want a yard that makes the neighbors stop and stare, you need the right plan. That's where Weedman Lawn Care comes in. Weedman's lawn care program is kid and pet friendly, uses golf course quality fertilizer, and has an effective weed treatment to dominate any issue. Get a free quote of Weedman's winning formula for your yard at weedman.com and get 50% off your first treatment. That's weedman.com. Weedman for the win.
Men's wedding bands made from whiskey barrels and meteorites.
Welcome to Kessler's.
Great impressions will exceed your expectations. Great impressions, perceptions, everything.
At Great Impressions Graphics and Printing, they've been proudly serving the community for over 26 years from their location at the corner of 54th and Burleigh in Milwaukee. Their dedication to quality and customer satisfaction has made them a trusted name in printing and design. Great Impressions offer a wide range of services, including banners, posters, yard signs, business cards, programs, and postcards. Plus, they specialize in custom apparel printing, perfect for family reunions, sports outings, business promotions, and more. For your next project, visit greatimpress.com. That's greatimpress.com. Great Impressions. They're here when you need them.
Great impressions, perceptions, everything.
They say seeing is believing. And when you check out what's waiting for you at American Place Casino, you'll definitely believe you'll love it. From thrilling gaming to top-notch service, we're changing the game. Come play all your favorites like blackjack, craps, roulette, and the latest slots. Catch a game at the sportsbook, enjoy great restaurants, bars, and more. If you're ready for excitement, exceptional service, and an experience you'll never forget, then we'll see you soon. American Place Casino. Change the game. Must be 21 years of age or older. If you or someone you know has a gambling problem, crisis counseling and referral services can be accessed by calling 1-800-GAMBLER.
Did you hear that? That's the sound of me earning rewards on all the purchases I make with Educators Credit Union's debit card. Whether I'm buying groceries, putting gas in my car, or knocking down pins at the bowling alley, I can earn major rewards points. I can redeem my points for cashback, gift cards, concert tickets, travel experiences, and a whole lot more. Join Educators Credit Union and start earning today at ECU.com. Insured by NCUA. Membership eligibility required.
Every child deserves a safe, loving, and permanent home. Help the Dave Thomas Foundation for Adoption find families for children who've lingered in foster care the longest. Learn more at davethomasfoundation.org.
This is Kyle, Brust, and Nortman, KBN, on ESPN Wisconsin, ESPN Milwaukee on YouTube, and the ESPN Wisconsin app.
Sometimes I'll be driving by and see it in Oak Creek and stop by just for some food. Sometimes I just want that nice, good Swedish meatball. But they have more than that. They have services to provide you a wonderful home, like designing your dream kitchen, assembling an IKEA bedroom, or furniture. They have so many options for planning, delivery, and assembly. Delivery, IKEA delivery, buys you time and energy to do what you want. Assembly, don't want to assemble yourself? IKEA purchases are amazing because they also can have somebody come to you. They partner with TaskRabbit to make sure your everyday life is easier by connecting you with flexible and affordable ways to get your to-dos done, including furniture assembly and mounting. Kitchen design, planning, you name it, they have it all. Join the IKEA family program. IKEA at Oak Creek. Check it out. Brad, are you going to find out the gender or what? I'm kind of sick of the, Lexi wants to, then I don't want to, then I want to, and Lexi doesn't want to. Brad Nortman, Ben Brust, Alex Strofe, no Kyle Wallace. What's the dealio, kiddo?
An official memo from the Nortman estate. We are going to wait. We're going to wait till delivery date.
That's what I did. It's worth it.
Honestly, KBN Nation, Ben Brust, ahead of his time father. He has lent to me many tricks of the trade down the line, and so I appreciate it.
You didn't know you were having a baby girl?
No.
Yeah,
I didn't know that about you.
Yeah, so what we were told, my therapist told me this. She was brilliant. She said,
this is brilliant. Listen up.
She said, if you are okay, you have to be okay with it. You have to come together and agree on it. But if you don't want to find out the gender, you can get all the essentials. And then the people that love you most, when they find out boy or girl, you don't think Mama and Daddy Nortman and Mama and Daddy Lexi, parents don't know their last name, don't want to put that out there on the air, aren't going to become right to the store. Oh, yeah. Look, we got the blue or the pink or whatever colors you want for your baby. They're going to do that.
It's brilliant. It's playing chess, really.
The hardest part is preparing for two names.
See, that's where we feel pretty good about our girl names, but the boy names were a little hesitant on. We haven't found one we loved.
Have you tried Baby Tinder?
Yes, we have.
You've tried Baby Tinder? Swipe right and swipe left on names, and you both don't know which one you're swiping right on?
Well, we do, but then a week later, we'll be like, I don't know. I don't really like that one.
I got one for you.
Hit me.
King Nortman.
King Nortman. Well,
I would say Prince.
No, because when you become an adult, you're still Prince then.
Oh, so King will be forever.
Right, you could be king at 5.
And yes, for those who are, people are always coming in and out. Those who love Brad Nortman, yes, he is fostering 2 children and is expecting their own baby.
Oh, yeah. It's going to be a full household. Luckily, we have an estate. Cool. I couldn't help it. We could be more excited.
But I was trying to make you likable, fostering 2 children, having his own child. And
I thought that was...
But we have an estate.
That was an attempt at a Brad Nortman wisecrack.
Yeah, I thought
I don't think it landed.
No, it was pompous there.
It wasn't good comedic timing?
No. This was a moment of celebration and appreciation. Then you just pooped on all of us little people that don't have estates.
Well, thank you for the compliments, Ben. I appreciate it. I ruined it, but thank you.
And then that felt inauthentic as well. No winning right now.
But
no
even
winning.
though we're waiting, Lexi's still like, oh, I don't know. I'm craving savory food, not sweet. That usually means it's a boy. And I'm carrying my weight here. That might mean it's a girl.
Name Rex from KBN Nation, 800-990-3776. Boy names for the Nortman baby, if it is a boy.
Yeah, we're good on girl. Well, I mean, if you feel strongly about a girl name, go ahead and throw it in the ring. But we feel good about our girl names.
Pierce Nortman?
Pierce. That sounds like a guy.
I have a feeling that Lexi won't want to take a wreck from KBN Nation.
What a story.
It would be a story.
KBN Nation.
You have the power of naming Brad Nortman's child. 800-990-3776. You have Jesse Nelson and Pablo Iglesias from 4 to 4:30 leading into the Bucks game. And then you have Corey and Wally in Beaver Dam. We're next on 94.5 ESPN for another hour and on YouTube at ESPN Milwaukee. Name Rex, 800-990-3776 from the Carbus Talk and Text line. Back in 2 minutes.
There's a crash on 41 northbound right at the ramp from Watertown Plank Road. That one has the left lane blocked, so watch for delays coming out of the Zoo interchange past that point. It's still going to be slow all the way up past Capitol anyway. Southbound on 41, slowing down just south of Main Street, all the way down to Silver Spring. Northbound 43 backed up out of the Marquette up to Keefe. Southbound slows down from North Avenue down and over the high-rise bridge. And one other accident on westbound 94 west of Highway C. We've got an accident off on the shoulder, the right shoulder. Just watch out for the delays coming in from before Highway 83. Tee off at Lake Lawn Resort Majestic Oaks Golf Course. 18 holes, lakeside in Delavan. Whether you're a pro or just starting, it's the perfect course. Book your tee time today at lakelawnresort.com. And checking the TMJ4 storm forecast. Tonight, mostly clear, chilly, a low of 37 at the lake, 34 inland. Tomorrow, partly cloudy with chance of rain later on, a high of 50 at the lake, 58 inland. From the WTMJ Traffic Center, I'm Debbie Lazaga on 94.5 ESPN.
Two Wisconsin icons are teaming up on a reworked classic. Cousin Subs and U-Zingers are proud to introduce the all-new Fried Bologna Sub, featuring U-Zingers fried bologna, bacon, American cheese, onions, pickles, mayo, and mustard on fresh-baked Italian bread. And that's not all. Pair your fried bologna with a creamy cupcake shake topped with whipped cream and rainbow sprinkles. Now that's a better combination. Order both in-store, online, or via the mobile app. Cousin Subs. We believe in better.
This is Kevin Van Rossum, president of 3 Tree Marketing. If your company is struggling to create a buzz or just looking for a new way to stand out, our team is here to help point you in the right direction. We'll assist you in building your brand and prove we truly know what works. Experts at 3 Tree can build a one-of-a-kind gifting experience that can set your brand apart and show how much you value your customers as well as your employees. At 3 Tree Marketing, we chase partners, not orders. Visit 3treemarketing.com to learn more about what we can do for you.
KBN Nation, if you're like me, you did a lot of walking at the NFL draft last week right here in Wisconsin. And as you were looking at a lot of houses, you might have said, boy, those are nice windows, or, oh, I want to upgrade my windows. Well, listen, I have the perfect solution for you. Universal Windows Direct. I'm telling you this right now. You will be so happy and so satisfied with the end results. And they have a great deal going on right now. It's a fan favorite. Buy 2 windows, get 2 free. Buy 4 windows, get 4 free. Buy 10 windows, get 10 free. There is absolutely no limit. And right now, because Universal Windows Direct loves them some KBN Nation, get $500 off your entire home improvement project. Call them today for your free in-home estimate at 414-410-2000. That's 414-410-2000, or visit them at universalwindowsdirect.com. For the last windows you'll ever need, go to uwd.com, and like me, you'll be saying, I love my windows.
Hey, this is Gabe Neitzel. You're listening to 94.5 ESPN, WKTI and WKTI HD, Milwaukee.
A locally owned Good Karma brand station.
Broadcasting live from the Gruber Law Office's One Call That's All studio at the Avenue in downtown Milwaukee. This is Kyle Brust and Nortman, KBN on 94.5 ESPN, the ESPN Wisconsin app, and streaming live at ESPN Milwaukee on YouTube.
We them boys. Holla, holla, holla. We making noise. Holla.
It's the Faux One Faux Hour at Faux on KBN. kind of just yelled in the microphone.
That was like punk rock concert. Kind of
not the best.
I gave it a go. 800-990-3776. Brad, we have plenty of responses coming in as we are helping you give name suggestions for a boy.
Yes, thank you. Tori,
we don't know the gender. Tori Lowe here on a Tori Lowe Tuesday. Kyle, Brust, and Nortman with you.
So, Tori, you may or may not know my wife's pregnant. Let's go do early September.
Oh, wow.
We're going to wait to find the gender, find out what
gender reveal
he or she is going to be. And we like our girl names. We like them. Boy names we're struggling with, so we've employed KBN Nation to help brainstorm some boy names. You have a boy name that you think would be good? Like blank Nortman?
Well,
what do you think?
I'm going to tell you
Powerful this. Nortman.
Look, I'll say this. I would make a junior.
Oh, Bradley William Jr.?
Yeah, because you're an NFL player. You know, you want to have a junior out here. You want to make sure you have a junior out here. So maybe
now, if I had a junior, would I change my name to senior?
Yeah, you'll be senior just in thought.
How about that?
But I try to, my son, I named him Maurice.
Okay.
Because it was my middle name. I wish I had named him after me. But I named him Maurice because I had this name sitting there in the middle of my name, Tori Maurice Lowe. But I said, okay, well, what am I going to do with this?
Lots of suggestions coming in from KBN Nation here. We're going to figure out the show name for future baby for Brad Nortman. We get to react
how
together
are we going to decide which name?
We'll know some of our faves by going through what KBN Nation is offering here. Pierce Nortman.
Pierce is strong.
Cadence Nortman.
Cadence?
Marv Nortman. That's my early fave. Marv was my alias that I texted in and got under Strope's skin within like
Marv from Manitowoc.
Marv from Manitowoc.
That was so good.
Jean-Paul. JP Nortman. Brick Nortman.
Okay, that's just disrespectful.
Lex Luthor Nortman.
Oh, wow. A little too close to Lexi Nortman.
Ooh. This is another good one from Dave from Aaron. Thad Nortman.
Wasn't that one
that
of
was
my
from AI Strove.
That was
Hi, I'm Thad Nortman.
I
love
Nortman.
Lexi.
Thad.
What about Braden?
Braden. I like Braden.
It's still got the Brad kind of feel to it.
So it's a little bit of like an extension off of like the junior. If you don't want to go junior, Braden is close to Brad.
TJ chimes in. Meet Bradford and his son Barnaby Nortman.
Bradford and Barnaby.
Oh, wow.
I kind of like it.
I kind of like it too.
Barnaby.
Come here, Barnaby.
Diesel Nortman.
Oh, I like Diesel.
Keep them coming.
Man, these are so good, KB.
Diesel, hey.
Diesel, I mean, you don't want to mess with the Diesel.
Now, do you want your son to play football?
We don't know if he's having a son.
Okay, we don't know. We don't know.
Yeah, we don't know.
But hypothetically, if it come out a boy, do you want him to follow in as far as football?
I want him to follow what he's passionate about, and I hope he's passionate about football. I'll put it at that.
So yes. Yes, you want him to play football.
I would love him to play football. But
as somebody who played in the NFL who watched people like throw their bodies on the line every day, has that changed your perspective about your child potentially playing football?
I didn't say what position I wanted to play.
I'm saying you were a tight end, you were a linebacker, and then you watched others play those positions. Keyword watched as you punted in the NFL.
Oh yeah, I watch. I wouldn't hold them back from it. I would probably feel a different level of pain from, watching my son out there, potentially getting maimed out there on the football field.
But wouldn't he have a jump start because you have that knowledge? Wouldn't he be able to cut the corners of the mistakes you made?
Are you the nepotism of the Nortman family?
I don't know. Hopefully he don't drop to, the fifth pick in the draft. I don't know.
The problem is, if what are we going with? Barnaby Nortman, Diesel Nortman, whatever Nortman's out there.
Booter Nortman.
Booter.
Like booting the football.
Oh, I actually like that. That was kind of
Booter.
The problem is young baby Nortman will eventually compete against like baby Tyreek Hill and baby JJ Watt. And I don't like those matchups for baby Nortman. Baby Nortman's in trouble.
Oh, wow.
So that's the problem.
What you saying? The 4.3 speed ain't gonna be there.
Yeah. No, he'll be pretty basic.
When you ran your 40 time, do you ever tell your 40 time?
Yeah, I got like a 4.
Did kickers got to run the 40?
They don't have to, but I said I'm an athlete. I'm going to run it.
Kevin Bradley Nortman, KBN.
Oh, man, I kind of like the KBN initials. I
like it for I like it for the baby version of Kyle Brust Nortman's imaginary name for your said future baby, and we might be getting your hopes up. All right, come on, everyone wants healthy, right? Healthy's most important.
Of course.
Boy or girl?
What do I want?
Yeah.
Oh wow. You know, I really could go either way. I could really go either way. I imagine
what do you really want?
I imagine a boy.
Everyone always says it, Tori. Everyone has a preference. They always say,
but
he don't want that on the record.
Because on
if he
one
says
hand,
you can throw it on me.
If he says it's the opposite, we got this video that you said that.
Yeah, on one hand, a boy would be great because he'd be able to, connect on sports and manliness and all that kind of stuff, right? But Ben, you can talk about this on the other side because I feel like a son's a popular answer. Oh, I want a son,
right?
But the heart-melting nature of a girl and that daddy-girl relation—that's something different too.
Yeah,
so
but everyone keeps warning me about the teenage years. I ain't looking forward to that.
Yeah, but you raise her right. She'll be all right.
Why are you trying to be? What was that, Strofe? Did you hear that?
She'll be all right.
If you raise her right, she going to be all right. Who are you?
Straight.
You're from Brookfield.
I didn't even try to rhyme. That's how I know. It's like poetic right there.
And the good part about it is you're going to be a great dad.
Oh, thank you.
That was the most authentic thing I've heard in 2 hours and 8 minutes on this
from
show.
The most authentic guy we got, Tory Lowe.
And
all right, now it's an authentic off. I mean, goodness gracious.
A bromance just developed.
That's right.
The cool thing about it is
Strofe and I can do the show. You guys go get coffee, all right?
When you got kids, the thing is you're going to be a dad anyway. But I'll tell you this. You get a boy, and then they start getting competitive. I remember watching my son, I played football, so I stuck him out there with a bunch of kids just to see where he was, And he was a little slow at first. These kids was whipping around him, and I was like, okay. And
you never know the development patterns. You just never know.
Track after that, yeah.
And how'd he do?
Straightened it all out.
Attaboy.
Yeah.
Attaboy. No doubt from Tory Lowe.
Tory Lowe, you were up at the NFL draft with us in Green Bay.
It was powerful.
As a huge Packer fan, has your optimism for 2025 changed? And are you potentially going to be putting down another $1,000 on the Packers to win the Super Bowl? Because those odds are plus 2,000, the same.
Right.
They've gotten a little bit better now. So if you would have done it when they were plus 2,500,
right,
you'd have a better payout.
Well, I think last year I got burnt a little bit.
A little bit. You put $1,000 down, you'll never see it again.
I pulled the move like you did. I went to all my boys and was like, "We got to make this."
Wait, you pulled money together
at the office? I got an office out.
Are they mad at you?
Did they blame you?
They just.
Why did everyone blame me when everything went south?
Well, at the end of the day, I think that I'll wait a little bit. I think I need to see this materialize a little bit more. This new ideal of having a number one wide receiver. See if we got that straight.
So you want to feel it out more?
Yeah, I got to feel this out because now there's a different composition, right?
Yeah. So reports today were that Jaire Alexander and the Packers, that everything is actually on the table. It seemed like at one time it was a foregone conclusion Jaire would be gone. Right. Now, not so much. They're at least trying to start discussions of maybe restructure, maybe bring him back, maybe
all options on the table. So, trade, cut, and sign.
What would you like to see the Packers do with Jaire Alexander now that we're post-draft?
It can only help if he plays 10 games. I'm kind of.
It's a lot of money for 10 games, though.
I'm kind of confused with him because we haven't got a lot of production in the last couple seasons. So I'm just hoping that if we do bring him back, we can get the money's worth, like Ben was talking about. But I'd rather keep him. But if we can get some good players and make a nice
You're not going to get a player.
Right. Or get some value.
If the value is there, he'd likely be already gone.
Right. And that's what I'm saying. And so, and I was going to say, you don't see that happening because if it was going to happen, it would already happen. And it's tough. You know what's tough? It's to get a player with injuries. You know, once you get like that first injury, I think people give you a second chance. But when you start consistently having injury reports, I think that stops people from being as interested in you because of that.
Well, it's because it's a what have you done for me lately league. It is, and it's all about productivity and what you can provide, and based off that dollar value, are you living up to that?
Right.
And if not, then sayonara. But I guess we've tried to use this as an analogy, and I guess maybe it works, maybe it doesn't. But our guy Kristen Nashota said, Goody and Jaire Alexander. I got to give Tori more context.
Yeah,
Kristen,
context is critical.
Kristen Nashota used to be Kristen O-Town.
Okay.
Oconomowoc. His wife cheated on him with his best friend.
Oh, wow.
Such an authentic
He's very open about it. He's moved on in life. He's still worried about his new wife being liked by his new friends. So he's on the lookout. But he had said Goody and Jaire both had a hall pass. But they passed on the hall pass, and they're maybe coming back together. Have you ever had a spot where you thought, I'm done with this, I'm never going back to this, and somebody else said, I'm done with this, I'm never going back to this, and then you come back together, work it out, and figure it out without it blowing up in your face?
Y'all filed for divorce, but then y'all put it on pause.
And then end up having a happy marriage, at least for
because now you
the short
see that
term?
we really need each other.
Yeah.
And I think that's where they're at with the contract.
Does that happen anymore?
It's rare.
Oh, yeah.
It's rare.
It's rare.
And that's the part it's not like this isn't marriage. This is a business, and this is football. Yeah, that's true on that one. Both have very much a big financial component, unless you're at that prenup. But I guess that's where I continue to go to is like if they are talking and working on a resolution to have Jaire potentially be a Green Bay Packer, can the coaches in the front office get past what he's been and make this a successful short-term marriage for the Green Bay Packers?
I think that we can get the value. If he comes back and competes, I think we got our value. But what you won't be able to tell until the season comes, if we keep Jaire, if he doesn't perform in 10 or 11 games, it doesn't matter what we agree to right now, we're going to walk away thinking that we didn't get our money's worth.
We'll find out. What we listen to today, Tori?
Wham, Lil Baby Wham. He just dropped the new album, Wham. And, Wham is just a figure of power.
Powerful.
Yeah, so the way it's saying Wham, like, I'm powerful.
Like it.
This makes a lot of sense, Strofe. Chef Ed chimes in on the Carbless Talking text line. He has 4 older sisters, and when his dad finally got a son, he spoiled him rotten, which explains why he acts the way that he does even at 66.
Chef Ed.
Powerful.
That is powerful.
That is. It's a magnificent.
I'm done getting punched at as it pertains to Wisconsin sports.
I agree.
Do you even know what I'm talking about?
I thought you was talking about the Bucks, but okay.
Bucks?
Also true.
Because Dame.
NFC North.
Okay, yeah.
Lions, Vikings, Bears. The audacity of Bears fans to still try and win the offseason and still think they're going to be better than the Green Bay Packers is fascinating, spending time up there with some of our ESPN 1000 friends. Ben Johnson's introductory press conference got brought up with Bussin' with the Boys, and Matt LaFleur was the interviewee. He got tight. And when Matt LaFleur gets tight, it means he wants to say something, he gets uncomfortable, but he knows he's just going to take the higher road. But I'm done with the higher road. I'll take the
Corey, that's worth an oh wow.
Oh wow. Oh wow.
I guess I'm a Matt LaFleur stan.
What?
Tides have turned. Next.
Hey.
This is Kyle, Brust, and Nortman, KBN.
I said, baby, we got to do more sucking. And so I called the company. I said, listen, y'all put this thing in here. Y'all need to come on.
On ESPN Wisconsin and the ESPN Wisconsin app.
Well, it looks like we got a new crash. It's on the ramp from the Rock Freeway northbound to northbound 894 in the Hale. It's off on the left shoulder, so watch out for delays heading past that. We also have delays on the southbound side coming out of the zoo down to Lincoln, and then back on the brakes just before Oklahoma Avenue down and around the Hale interchange. We've got another issue, a crash on the ramp from northbound 94 to 894 westbound in the Mitchell interchange. This one is off on the right shoulder. Other than that, northbound 43 backing up out of the Marquette to Keefe, southbound slow from Fond du Lac Avenue down and over the high-rise bridge. And checking the TMJ4 Storm King forecast. Tonight, mostly clear, chilly, a low of 37 at the lake, 34 inland. Tomorrow, partly cloudy with a chance of rain later on, a high of 50 at the lake, 58 inland. Weather is brought to you by National Liquor Mart at 16th and National in Milwaukee. Packed with the best beer, liquor, seltzer, and spirit deals in town. Open 9 a.m. to 9 p.m. daily, where your satisfaction is their plan of action. From the WTMJ Traffic Center, I'm Debbie Lazaga on 94.5 ESPN.
The best source for every piece of NFL news you need to know.
I think that's right in the range that Emeka Egbuka would be there. I think it's possible that Ted McMillan could be there.
ESPN NFL insider Adam Schefter is on Jen, Gabe, and Chewy every Wednesday morning at 7:30. Sponsored by Island Resort and Casino.
We're speculating. It shouldn't be that hard. Like, either you want to play for the Steelers or you don't, right? Like, what are we waiting for?
On 94.5 ESPN, ESPN Milwaukee on YouTube, and the ESPN Wisconsin app.
Bev Anderson has a big idea she wants to share.
Bev has been here for 24 years.
Hi, Bev. We're anxious to hear your idea.
Kessler's is 45 years old this year. Monica, remember when your dad used to say in every radio ad, "I'm Richard Kessler, and I want to be your jeweler"?
I never got to hear that.
Yeah, and then Rick would say,
Kessler's Diamonds, inconveniently located on Appleton Avenue, Menominee Falls.
Inconveniently?
Richard said it was inconvenient for people to have to drive all the way to Menominee Falls, so he might as well admit it.
Bev, tell us your idea.
Richard said something else in almost every ad, and I think we should start saying it again because it's really important.
Tell us.
We do diamonds better because diamonds are what we do.
I love that.
Fantastic idea, Bev.
Kessler's Diamonds.
We do diamonds better because diamonds are what we do.
For the location nearest you, visit KesslersDiamonds.com.
The I-94 rivalry is more than just bragging rights. Get to the ballpark for Brewers-Cubs action May 2nd through the 4th and spend Friday and Saturday night under the lights and help the Crew defend American Family Field and the National League Central Crown.
That's your ball game!
Then pack the park for Sunday matinee baseball at the May 4th series finale and take advantage of the Sunday Fun Day bundle. Get your tickets now at Brewers.com.
When you don't compromise on the court, you shouldn't compromise off of it either. Lose the calories, not the taste. Michelob Ultra, superior light beer. Enjoy responsibly. Anheuser-Busch Michelob Ultra Light Beer, St. Louis, Missouri. Copyright 2024.
Hey Bucks fans, enjoy Michelob Ultra at 90s 2K Cafe Milwaukee, Champs Lake Geneva, McGillicuddy's Milwaukee, Kelly's Bleachers Wind Lake, and Magoo's on the Mound Milwaukee. Michelob Ultra, proud sponsor of the Milwaukee Bucks.
No shortcuts, no compromises, just the job done right. At Exterior Pros, we don't just meet expectations, we crush them. Every nail, every window, every shingle is a step toward your home's next chapter. From the moment we start until that final reveal, we're committed to making your home better than ever. Quality products and craftsmanship you can count on. Go to the pros for your next project. Get started today and save $2,000. Visit extpros.com or call 262-800-4274. That's 262-800-4274.
This is Kyle, Brust, and Nortman, KBN, on ESPN Wisconsin, ESPN Milwaukee on YouTube, and the ESPN Wisconsin app.
Matt LaFleur joined Bussin' with the Boys, and they brought up the introductory press conference from Ben Johnson. It's Kyle, Brust, and Nortman across 94.5 ESPN and YouTube at ESPN Milwaukee. And maybe you're listening on the all-new ESPN Wisconsin app if you're not downloaded on the App Store or Google Play Store. We'll go to Ben Johnson because this delivery is just cringe.
Dan Campbell, Kevin O'Connell,
You're talking about two guys that are up for Coach of the Year awards. And to be quite frank with you, I kind of enjoyed beating Matt LaFleur twice a year.
Oh, my God. I forgot how bad it was by
Nobody
itself.
laughed. So bad.
Nobody laughed.
So bad.
Oh, my God. Horrible. 800-990-3776 is the Carbos Talking text line. And we'll get to the next portion where Matt LaFleur was asked about Ben Johnson. Here's what he had to say.
Do you have beef with Coach Johnson?
I was waiting for this. I don't know Ben Johnson.
So do you have beef?
Do I have beef? I don't know Ben Johnson. I respect him as a football coach. He did a nice job.
Yeah, but do we not feeling the same thing right now?
Yeah, well, yeah.
But if you don't know him, why is it tight in here?
It's not tight. I'm not tight. I thought it was interesting.
Hang on, pause.
I love Matt LaFleur at talking about stuff like this.
I'm not tight.
I'm not tight.
What are
Who's
you
tight?
talking about? I'm not triggered. We all do that, right? Like, I'm not mad. I swear to God, I'm not mad.
You know what this is like? Remember when they were asking, I don't remember who it was about, maybe Jaire. And they're like, does he practice? And he goes, he's injured. He said over and over, he's injured. Just not asking the questions. Do you have beef with him? I don't know him. Like, he's not even answering the question.
I don't know Ben Johnson. How could I have
tight? It's tight. I'm not tight. It's not tight in here.
It's not getting warm. What are you talking about?
I'm not being weird at all. We'll hear the second part from Matt
You're the
LaFleur.
one being weird.
I don't get it all into that stuff. I thought it was.
But you'll harness it.
He'll do the eye emojis after a win. You'll send.
I don't have his number, so that won't happen.
You gonna Jim Harbaugh him after a game?
No, I would never do that.
Do you have the strength to do that?
I don't know. Probably not. Apparently not.
Couple of knee slapping laughs at the end there, and I'm not gonna lie, Ben Johnson looks like a little twerp, and Matt LaFleur in that clip looks strong.
He does.
He looks like he's been working out.
Matt's in good shape.
Totally
He's
in
always
good
been in
shape.
good shape.
Yeah, he can totally put that nerd in a locker.
But he looks even like strong in his presence, right? Because he didn't give the answer that was like political. Oh, we don't worry about what happens outside the building.
Tight, I'm not tight.
Yeah, but he was like, he sent a message through just like, sure, I don't know him. I don't have his number. I'm not tight. You're tight. I'm not tight. It was perfectly executed, saying, yeah, it bothered me and I'm coming for you, but also I'm above this crap.
I understand the hypocrisy of one Ben Brust sitting here, the same guy who berated Matt LaFleur in an Aaron Rodgers Jets jersey, and obviously, like, whatever, that was forever ago and it was stupid. People who still are mad about it, sure, I get it. But Matt LaFleur has been to 2 NFC championship games. Matt LaFleur started with 3 straight 13-win seasons as the head coach of the Green Bay Packers. Moving on from Aaron Rodgers, Matt LaFleur went to the playoffs in back-to-back years. Ben Johnson had Jamison Williams throwing a pass in the playoffs.
That's it.
Anyone got anything else on Ben Johnson's resume?
I mean, they got bounced first round, right? First round in the year they should have went to the Super Bowl. Ben Johnson hasn't done squat as an NFL head coach. Squat.
So you know what I want? I want revenge tour. I want the black and blue revenge tour. I want to take it to the Lions. I want to take it to the Vikings, and I want to take it to the Bears. And I don't typically speak as a we with the Green Bay Packers, but I'm getting kind of sick of everyone else. I really am. I'm getting kind of sick.
Wow.
And again, what happens, Strofe, sometimes, I think, for me, is now that I live in this state, is like, I like protecting the people of this state.
Yeah.
I was sick of being at the NFL draft and seeing all the people complain about Green Bay and it being there. Bleep you, dude. Yeah. We showed up with 600,000 people and it was in Green Bay, Wisconsin. We showed out. And now the Bears, who won when Jordan Love played half a game, that's what they're holding on to. And the Detroit Lions, who have been irrelevant for 30 years, think they're something. And the Minnesota Vikings, who have 0 Super Bowl to their name, want to be something. It's the revenge tour for the freaking Green Bay Packers. Bring it the freak on.
Oh, let's go.
Fire me up, man, Brust. Come on, baby. Come on.
Couldn't have said any better myself there.
Send that to the Packers.
And if the Pacers win...
Did you just say I couldn't have said it any better myself there after you're the one that said it?
Yes.
Wow. I mean, you're right, though. I mean, the Packers...
I know. I couldn't have said any better than myself.
You couldn't have said it any better yourself. The Packers have had the most prolonged success in the division, and everyone just loves punching upward, especially the Bears. So it makes Ben Johnson look like a fool.
Ben, you couldn't have said it any better yourself than yourself.
Than myself.
Thank goodness you're the one that said it.
John in Milwaukee, you got a theory on this clip?
I got a bunch of theories, and now again, my mind's kind of running crazy here. I'll go and throw this out there. I agree with you. I would love for Matt LaFleur to cut a pro wrestling style promo and just tell me, hey, you know what? I'm going to beat these punks like they stole something. Nothing would warm my heart more.
I like it.
I said it better myself.
I don't get it all into that stuff.
No, give me the I'm not tight. It's not tight.
Yeah, but do we not feeling the same thing right now?
Yeah.
But if you don't know him, why is it tight in here?
It's not tight. I'm not tight.
The voice inflection, it's not tight.
I'm not tight.
It's not tight. It's not tight.
It's like when you're in an argument with your significant other.
Here? What are you talking about?
In an argument with a significant other, like, why are you so mad? I'm not mad. I'm not mad.
Matt LaFleur, he never says the wrong thing, but he's going to tell you what he's thinking through the context.
Yeah,
clues.
without saying it. He'll give you some clues. I mean, Brad, you pride yourself on being the Matt LaFleur press conference magician of reading his mind guy.
Yeah, and this says everything I need to know about what he's at with it. He's like, the fact that he said, do you have beef with him? That's a yes or no answer. He said, I don't know him. I mean, that is such a Matt LaFleur. It's a yes or no answer, and he said, I don't know him.
It's a great answer.
It's a great answer.
That actually is a great answer.
That is brilliant.
It's like he's a nobody to me. He's a little gnat. Get out of here, I'm not worried about little you. Benny.
Yeah.
Little Benny Johnson trying to prove that he's something. And again, I think I said this over the weekend.
Brother energy.
My dream scenario is that the Bears build the best roster possible, and Caleb Williams just freaking sucks. Hit it, Strofe.
Caleb Williams sucks.
Caleb Williams sucks. Ha.
Caleb Williams sucks. Ha.
I'm one small bald man.
Did you just add the Demovsky?
I'm one small bald man.
He sounds so disgruntled.
Yeah, so defeated.
I mean, that is
Rob.
awesome.
Poor Rob.
But also,
I'm one small bald man.
Now are you playing that on loop? So mean.
I'm one small bald man.
Bank 5-9 will help take care of you.
Oh, that's right. Bank 5-9, their whole mission is to make lives better. That is indeed their mission statement. And Bank 5-9, it stands for 1859. That's how long the bank has been in operation, and you can only be around that long if you're doing everything right. And now they have 14 branch locations. Their employees spend over 9,000 hours volunteering around the community because that's what they do. They serve, they give, they're charitable. And when it comes to providing financial anything, whether it be checking, savings, CDs, investments, loans, whatever it is, Bank 5-9 is your go-to place to take care of your whole financial world. And you can better believe they're going to make your life better. So if you're looking for that true local community bank that is out to make your life better, like they've been making thousands' lives better around the community, check them out today at bank59.com. Member FDIC.
Strofe, please have Jim Rutledge when he was on Wilde and Tausch today as the Jim, Matt, and Molly takeover happened. He talked about what the Bucs should do in a hypothetical world that doesn't exist. For some reason, he wanted to get that take off. And it'll help you lead into my best bet. And we get you ready for a 5 o'clock tip of the Milwaukee Bucks next.
This is Kyle, Brust, and Nortman.
Is one of the things that your girlfriend gets upset with is you interrupting her like this?
Probably. I just complimented you. What the hell?
On ESPN Wisconsin and the ESPN Wisconsin app.
Still got that accident northbound on the Rock Freeway, heading northbound onto 894 in the Hale interchange, so that's going to be affecting your ride. We've got backups on the southbound side, too, from the Zoo all the way down to Lincoln, back on the brakes from Beloit Road down into the Hale interchange, swinging eastbound to Forest Home. Now, the westbound side of 894, well, we got an accident there. It's on the ramp from 94 northbound to westbound, and then more delays beyond that all the way to 60th Street. Westbound 94 is backed up from 16th Street all the way to about Holly Road. More delays from 76th Street through the zoo all the way to the county line. On the eastbound side, we got backups from 84th Street all the way to 35th. And checking the TMJ4 Storm Team forecast tonight, mostly clear, chilly with a low of 37 at the lake, 34 inland. Tomorrow, partly cloudy with a chance of rain later on, a high of 50 at the lake, 58 inland. Weather is brought to you by Infinity Exteriors, dedicated to saving our communities from unscrupulous contractors. Mother Nature can be unpredictable. Your roof, siding, and windows shouldn't be. We install peace of mind with transparency and quality guaranteed. Visit infinityexteriors.com. From the WTMJ Traffic Center, I'm Debbie Lazaga on 94.5 ESPN.
At Potawatomi, where ways to win are endless, another chance to capture epic cash and prizes comes Friday, June 27th. It's the season finale blockbuster drawings. Watch your entries from Enchanted Spins, Unreal Treasures, and Boundless Bounty come together for drawings where $300,000 in cash and prizes is there for the taking. Be there to win your share. June 27th only at Potawatomi Casino Hotel, Milwaukee. More info online. Must be 21 years old to play.
Whether you're about to graduate high school or have been in the workforce for years, it's time to take control of your future. Welcome to Lakeland University, where you call the shots. We use our flexible learning formats to customize your degree path. In-person, online, and virtual classes are all available. Lakeland University is designed around you, your goals, your schedule, your future. You can even earn up to 25% of your degree via paid work experiences. Ready to take control of your future? Let us customize an education to fit your needs. Visit lakeland.edu/ESPN to learn more.
At Citizens Bank, community banking is you, growing your business with a partner who gets it. It's you, buying your first home with a lender who makes it easy. It's you, building a future with savings that work just as hard as you. And it's us, working together to strengthen our community. Because at Citizens Bank, community banking means you plus us. Visit us at citizensbankwi.bank. Citizens Bank is member FDIC and an equal housing lender.
Hey, Gina, did you hear about the draft?
Wayne, there's no draft at Pella.
There's definitely a draft. Right, Wildy?
Yeah,
everybody's talking about it.
Pella windows are constructed of the highest quality. No drafts. But Pella should be everyone's number one pick because right now at Pella Windows and Doors of Wisconsin, get no interest financing options or free glass upgrades.
So where is the draft?
Coon. Visit PellaWI.com today.
Certain restrictions apply in 4/30/2025.
Hey, want to make your next meal a little less ordinary? Well, head to Quick Trip. Hey, we are so back serving up our legendary No Ordinary Chicken. Yeah, your dinner is hand-breaded, fried to perfection, ready to eat for tonight's dinner. Or you can buy it cold, sealed fresh for tomorrow's lunch. You know, we love to make life easier for you. This isn't just any chicken. It's Quick Trip's No Ordinary Chicken. Stop in your local Quick Trip today and taste the difference.
Oh, can't show you in there.
Why not?
That's the bathroom. We need a new shower bad.
Think your shower is one of the ugliest in Wisconsin? Upload your photo by April 30th to goodkarmabrands.com/Wisconsin contest for a chance to win a free shower remodel. One lucky fan will win a free shower remodel from Kohler Services, including design consultation, demolition, and removal of your existing shower or bath, and installation of a brand new Kohler Luxstone shower. goodkarmabrands.com/Wisconsin contests. You're listening to Kyle, Brust, and Nortman, KBN, on ESPN Wisconsin, ESPN Milwaukee on YouTube, and the ESPN Wisconsin app.
It's a time of year where you can show off your car a little bit. I mean, in the wintertime, there's all that salt and grime, but in the springtime and the summer, boy, Tsunami Express Car Wash can make your car glisten. They use their state-of-the-art wash technology, and it gives you a long-lasting shine. Only at Tsunami Express Car Wash can you get all the access to free vacuums and mat washers and do-it-yourself cleaning supplies and tire air that makes your car look like you just drove it off the lot. I'm a monthly member there, ceramic member, and I love going as often as I can. You can go every day if you want to, so that way your car is always looking fresh and clean from the inside out. There's so many locations across greater Milwaukee, and they continue to expand. So why wait? Get your car, go to Tsunami Express Car Wash, feel that inside and outside clean that only Tsunami Express can give you, and you will feel like you are driving a brand new car. Tsunami Express. Wash, chill, repeat.
He's Brad Nortman. I'm Ben Brust. No Kyle Wallace. I think I saw him pop on the YouTube for a second.
You know what his comment was?
Chose the Gorillas over the 100 Alex Strophs.
Yeah.
That was his comment?
To no one's surprise.
All I said was Team Gorilla.
That was it. And then he dropped back out. Ben Brust, Brad Nortman, no Kyle. Strofe running the show. UKBN Nation at 800-990-3776. That is the Carbless Talk and Text line. List is more. Listen on the new ESPN Wisconsin app and watch us on YouTube at ESPN Milwaukee. Now, you know what? Are you allowed to play sound with the best bet in the background? Yeah. Sweet.
It's time for Ben Brust's Best Bets. Sponsored by Potawatomi Casino Hotel. There's a table waiting for you at Potawatomi Casino Hotel. 12 bars and restaurants, a winning seat at 40 table games or 3,000 slot machines, and full-service sports betting. Explore more at paysbig.com.
Let's hear first from Jim, Matt, and Molly for their takeover of Wildy and Tausch. Jim Rutledge with just some mind-boggling stuff here.
Here's my never gonna happen thought, that if you were just operating in a vacuum of without all the other tangible things or intangible things that matter in sports, I would just, whether I don't know, with someone from the ownership group or John Horst, someone goes to Giannis and says, "Hey man, you're not gonna play. It's not worth it. There's no biscuit worth risking it for tonight."
Over 53.5 points, rebounds, and assists for Giannis. I mean, it's the only thing you can do after hearing something so stupid. Sometimes you don't need analysis. Sometimes you just need someone to remind you that the best player in the world, or one of them, no matter what it is going to die trying.
Yeah, you know, Giannis, although on the basketball court doesn't look like it all the time, Giannis is human, probably hearing some of this stuff too. And he's going to put on that 34 Bucks jersey and be Superman. Now, if it's be enough to win, but I do know Giannis is going to get his.
Well, I mean, I did pass that audio on to the producer of the Thanalysis show with Thanasis Antetokounmpo.
Oh.
So you really do never know what Giannis does and doesn't hear.
Wow.
I'm not saying that it is going to get to him, because Thanasis Antetokounmpo's number one job is to always make sure his brother is ready.
That's right.
That's how much love they have for each other.
I'll tell you what. If I was Giannis and I heard something like that,
You tell me I get over 53.5 with no Dame. He's got to be the guy for points, rebounds, and assists. The man could put up 40, 10 rebounds, 5 assists, and he's going to have more than 10 rebounds.
Oh, yeah.
Like, he could have 37, 15, and 5, and we're there.
I think I saw after 2 games, he was the only guy to average 35 points and 15 boards,
rebounds. Yep.
So that's 50 already, and be 0-2. That just goes to show his greatness and also kind of how far the team has to go. It's kind of sad, actually, now that I say it.
Every time we go positive, you bring us down with the Bucks. What's wrong with you?
I don't know.
Strofe, have you noticed that? He's like programmed to bring us down.
I don't know why.
In the moments we're trying to be brought up.
Maybe I'm just sad and misery loves company. I don't know.
Yeah, but also, I'm like the least miserable human on the planet.
That's true. That's true. Never have a bad day stroke.
So I don't know. I don't know how your misery in my company would correlate here.
Pacers are -8, -114 that you got to lay.
-8?
The Bucks are +8, +270 on the money line. Well, come on, hit the record scratch. You don't have the good one? DJ Strofe time?
Growing better each year.
DJ
Green and growing, the Bucks don't stop here.
I thought you were going to have like the 2000 song and
Light
like
it up, light it up.
record scratch to light it up, light it up. That's not DJ Strofe. You just played a song.
You're the one that asked for. Oh, what is Homer doing with Bango?
Homer keeps turning around Bango.
Does he not realize we have a camera right in front of where he just put Bango, so we lost Brad?
Oh, we got him back. We got Brad back.
Here I am.
Homer, why'd you turn around Bango?
Your show's too good for him. He doesn't deserve it.
Oh, wow. You're going to do that to
What
Bango?
did Bango do?
He's a champion.
What?
Bango was a champion.
He was?
He was a champion.
Right now, anything associated with the Bucks is better not seen. This is huge tonight. This could be it. This could be the final game Giannis ever plays for the Milwaukee Bucks. Could be. Anybody who won't admit it is a possibility.
It is a possibility.
Is it a likelihood?
No, I wouldn't say it's a likelihood.
Okay.
Well, then why'd you get all sour on
Yeah,
us?
you're trying to bring us down, Homer.
Because it's possible.
So you're saying just watch with, a closer eye today. Enjoy the greatness just a little bit more, just in case. It's just a just in case thing.
Perfectly stated.
It's a just in case.
I would say it just depends how nice he is. All right, if you were Giannis, would you want to be on this team next year? Yeah, that's the odds.
Well, we did do the exercise that Brad didn't get asked to do, where he said, if I was Giannis' best friend and I wasn't a Bucks fan, here's what I'd tell him. And it was exactly the
opposite.
The thing that nobody wanted to hear, which is, I wouldn't want to be here if I wanted to win a second championship.
Positive is Giannis is a great guy, and would it be tough for him to say to the Bucks, I want out? Because that's what it comes down to. He's got a contract, but he's have to go to them, and the public would have to know he's leaving because he wants out. And I didn't make this up. Someone else said they're not sure Giannis is comfortable with that. Given what happened to Dallas with
Luka.
Yeah. They don't want to be fans. I mean, but
you can't lose the fans, especially here. If Giannis is the reason why you're outwardly saying, yeah, we're trading him. You can't do that.
No, you're correct.
You just can't.
And you don't want to. Giannis, I'm okay with Giannis playing here till he's 90.
That would be wonderful.
Yeah.
Still be dunking on people.
That would be a great question. How old?
I mean, Marcus Johnson does that every year.
The oldest person to ever dunk a basketball.
Marcus Johnson dunks every year.
Every year on his birthday, yeah. And
how old is he? 60s?
Gotta be.
But he's not even close to Giannis.
Yeah, Giannis.
Marcus Johnson is 69 years old.
How high would Giannis have to jump to dunk it? Because he's so long.
Well, when he usually puts his arms up there. And,
I mean, 1 foot.
Yeah, he doesn't need a big
vert. I'll
vert.
make you the bet right now with the 20 you're going to owe me that he's dunking at age 80.
Okay,
that'll be in my will. I'll be dead.
How do I
That's 50
broach
years
this?
from now. Brad might not be.
I might not be. I would be. I'd be 85.
Do you think Kyle Wallace is going to watch the Bucks from wherever he is?
Yes.
I think so too. I also think he's got a chance to tell you from wherever he is how great his bank is.
What up, KBN Nation? Listen, if you are getting to the point where you're thinking a checking account isn't enough, that is okay. That's why my friends Citizens Bank are here to help you. If you're looking to think bigger about saving more, paying attention to interest rates, maybe even thinking about buying your first home or buying a new home, you can do that with Citizens Bank. And what I love about them, they have great tools and great resources to help you level up. But my favorite thing, y'all, about Citizens Bank is the fact that they are local, right? That's why I love them, right? They actually care about helping people in the community plan for what's next. So if you're ready to take the next step too, just like me, visit citizensbankwi.bank. That's citizensbankwi.bank today.
This is Kyle, Brust, and Nortman
I'm sorry that I don't want to touch Ben's Peter.
on ESPN Wisconsin and the ESPN Wisconsin app. You remember the moments from that magical March.
Decker, it's a three. Got it!
On June 26th, celebrate the squad with Made 'em Believe, a special night with Bo Ryan, Frank Kaminsky, and Sam Decker.
Here's Kaminsky. The drop stab. That's his favorite. And the two.
Presented by Bud Light, Michelob Ultra, Potosi Varsity Ale, and Potosi Hard Seltzer. Tickets are on sale now at UWHoops2015.com. Made 'em Believe, June 26th at the Orpheum Theater in Madison.
They say seeing is believing. And when you check out what's waiting for you at American Place Casino, you'll definitely believe you'll love it. From thrilling gaming to top-notch service, we're changing the game. Come play all your favorites like blackjack, craps, roulette, and the latest slots. Catch a game at the sportsbook, enjoy great restaurants, bars, and more. If you're ready for excitement, exceptional service, and an experience you'll never forget, then we'll see you soon. American Place Casino. Change the game. Must be 21 years of age or older. If you or someone you know has a gambling problem, crisis counseling and referral services can be accessed by calling 1-800-GAMBLER.
There's only one store that gives you every possible choice in diamonds.
Welcome to Kessler's.
An ESPN Radio Extra Point with Harry Douglas.
There was no excitement like I seen with other draft picks that they had acquired and picked during the NFL draft. But I will say this, when it comes to Shedeur Sanders being in Cleveland, it is the best situation because we know their quarterback position is not secured and sold up. The head scratcher is when they also take Dylan Gabriel in the third round. And I'm thinking about a Kevin Stefanski offense, and I was confused. Like I really am. And a lot of people say it's a good thing to have that many quarterbacks. Well, you still have Deshaun Watson. You have Joe Flacco. You also have Kenny Pickett that you acquired. You have Dylan Gabriel and now Shedeur Sanders. And someone said if you have to have 5 quarterbacks competing for a starting job, that tells me as a front office, you don't know how to judge the position correctly.
Something amazing is happening. Despite a citywide blackout, this company is still up and running. That's because CDW deployed and managed a cost-effective Eaton Triplite Series Smart Pro UPS to safeguard equipment easily and reliably. Keep the power on and protect your IT equipment from electrical challenges. Triplite by Eaton and CDW. Make amazing happen. Find out more at cdw.com/triplite.
You ever try fixing your car and realize you're missing that one part? Yeah, been there. That's why eBay's my go-to. They've got millions of parts, guaranteed to fit. I'm talking brake pads for when yours have seen 1 too many miles of stop and go. Oil filters, cause you don't mess around with your engine care. Even got this cold air intake on my watch list. I might just go for it. To keep the ride cool and your DIY streak hot. Find all the parts you need at prices you'll love. Guaranteed to fit every time. eBay. Things people love. Eligible items only. Exclusions apply.
As clutch of a player to ever play basketball.
It's game time on Season 4 of Behind the Bucks on Bucks Plus.
This year I was like, I need to impose myself more on this team.
Explore Damian Lillard's journey to becoming a top 75 player in NBA history.
That's what really had me feeling like this is going to be great.
Behind the Bucks is presented by Gallagher, your trusted insurance broker and H&R benefits consultant. Find Bucks Plus on bucks.com/plus, the Bucks app, and wherever you get podcasts.
Earth Justice is a national legal nonprofit fighting to save lives, protect our climate, and strengthen our economy through the shift to zero emissions. Visit us at earthjustice.org. Earth Justice, because the earth needs a good lawyer.
This is Kyle, Brust, and Nortman on ESPN Wisconsin and the ESPN Wisconsin app.
Milwaukee, 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 Milwaukee. The word around town is we're lighting it up. So who's gonna win it? The Bucks, the Bucks. The purple and green is exciting and tough. So who's gonna win it? The Bucks.
All right, here's the exercise. No Professor Big Daddy J.A. here joining us on Kyle, Brust, and Nortman.
It's tough to be a professor. You're busy all the time.
He was up in Green Bay on Friday, and he brought 2 of his students from Missouri.
They were there all week.
I mean, what a guy. That's unbelievable.
Yeah,
Could you imagine coming to the NFL draft with a professor
I'm thinking of going back
who was
to
on
school in
SportsCenter for
Missouri.
30 years? I would totally want to take his class.
I'm thinking of going to Missouri to just take his class.
All the perks that he would provide.
Is there any online option? We should all
Brett,
take his
should
class.
all enroll.
We should all take his class.
Yeah. Homer, did you know?
Bulaga. Maybe he'll get closer to a degree.
Ben Brust, Kyle Wallace is out, so Brad Nortman and Alex Strofe running the show here. Did you know that you say, yeah?
Yeah.
Did you know that Alex Strofe and I now have taken into our everyday lives?
I don't use it in basketball, though maybe I should add it. I prefer.
You mean
when you're doing play-by-play?
Play-by-play.
Are you offended or flattered that these guys all the time they say
Why would you be offended?
Because you took something that was one of his things.
Yeah, but he's
it really isn't.
I didn't.
It's just the word yeah.
Oh, baby is my thing.
Oh,
but
baby.
Yes.
Homer, you're telling me you never said Chase Ross shoots the 3. Yeah.
See, but that even like
if I did, I don't remember doing it. I'm sure I have.
I think you need to implement it.
All right. Yeah.
I feel like it's too
not yeah. You mean
yeah.
Yeah.
You should try it just real quick with
Ben Brust.
Yeah, with Ben Brust. Ben Brust brings the ball down the court. Take it over, Homer.
Ben Brust got it. We know a pass ain't coming. Brust for 3. Yeah.
I kind of like it.
What do you mean a pass ain't coming? He's right.
I believe I said it.
Yeah, he's right.
I don't know. You amaze me.
Why is that?
Because you were so good. You were a great shooter. I'd be like, I want to be Ben Brust. Say you never passed the ball. Say it to me. I'll be you. Say, why did you never pass the ball?
Why did you never pass the ball, Ben?
Shoot. I see 4 guys on the field. They got the same jersey I got. I can outshoot them all.
Yeah,
to be honest with you, Homer, I don't know why I ever passed the ball. Well, actually, the reason I did.
You know who you sound like, actually?
Ryan would get so mad at me that I'd have to run and run and run. But I just want to let you know, there's never, other than when Frank was free for a layup, I ever looked on the floor and thought, better for somebody else to shoot than me for the best of our team.
Do you know what? Yeah! You know what's funny, Homer?
Yes.
Is Frank Kaminsky and a lot of the guys that I played with made fun of me. Because in Wisconsin's basketball system, back in the Bo Ryan days at least, not the Greg Gard run fast and if it's a turnover, who cares? Back in the low possession Bo Ryan days, the 2 guard is on the left wing. And sure, maybe you run the swing, but like they're not running plays for you. It was always point guard, 10 seconds left, get the ball screen. You had to create your own rhythm. I ran around like a crazy person. So whenever I felt like I was open, I'd be like, there'd be an and one. Frank Kaminsky get the ball in the post. He'd get an and one. I'd be like, Frank, nice layup, but I was open in the corner. You know? So I'd always let them know that I was open in the corner. And then they were like, Ben, I don't care. I just got an and one. Doesn't matter that you were open in the corner. So, yes, that is exactly who I am to a T. I was open. I don't care about your layup.
Yes, and that's the appropriate. It's not made up. It's not like Al McGuire was one of the greatest bricklayers ever. I wish I'd have known he was such a terrible shooter. Look up his stats. You won't believe it. Mason. Like he shot.
Al McGuire?
Al McGuire's in the St. John's Hall of Fame, and his shooting was like 30-some%. He's jacking up shots like crazy.
Oh, wow.
Couldn't make free throws. I don't know why they ever put the stats in the Hall of Fame. Because it looks horrible.
I don't even know if they have field goal percentage back then.
His final year at St. John's, he shot 31%.
Yeah.
28% the year prior.
57.3 from the free throw line.
Yes.
You mean, yeah.
No. I wish I'd have known it because I'd have called him Mason. What do you mean, Mason? You were one of the great bricklayers in the history of college basketball. And look at,
you would chirp Al McGuire.
What?
You would chirp Al McGuire like that?
Heck yes, Al. He would. And on top of that, look how many shots he took. He averaged like 8 shots a game.
Oh, he's trying to find his rhythm. He's trying to find it.
Never got a chance.
No, never got there.
Did anybody, Al?
8.5.
Hey, Mason, did anybody keep track of how many shots you missed the rim?
He averaged 2.5 makes a game and 8.5 attempts
now,
a game.
what he was good at is he could rebound.
Yeah, 7.1 rebounds a game. Yeah.
And I think in college you ran a mile in like 4:20.
Rebounding his own shots.
You know everything.
I also just want to bring this to the table because...
Where are you going?
You see how there's a nice Wilt Chamberlain thing here?
Yeah.
What is that, a card, sports
That's my
card?
card. I leave it in here because I want people to just come in and look and go, wow.
Wilt Chamberlain had a field goal percentage of 54.0% in his career.
Wow.
Giannis, 55.1.
How about that? How about that, Homer?
How about that?
No, Giannis is historically special.
But not as good as Wilt.
No.
Wilt was going against plumbers and had a worse field goal percentage than Giannis going against these 7-foot wings and block shot blockers.
Let's go back.
The reason why the big man was so good in the 70s and the 60s and the 50s because there were no other big men. And now you got other big men out there, and Giannis is shooting a better percentage than Wilt Chamberlain. This is my best argument.
Why does the competition matter for free throw percentage?
No.
This is field goal.
Oh, excuse me.
You got way more crappy centers than there ever were. Think and go back and look how many games he played against Russell every year.
That's one guy.
I mean, it's like 18 games.
Today he's going against 3 7-footers on the floor.
If Wilt Chamberlain is on this Bucks team, do they win this series against the Pacers?
Of course.
Oh my God. This is ridiculous.
Come on, Homer. You don't believe that.
Levels of stupidity that I never thought we would reach.
You don't believe that.
I do believe that. There's no way to describe. However, I realize I got work to do because I understand how you don't believe it because you're not old enough to believe it.
Gonna 2-point him to death?
Give me some. I get some research. As I said, there are just so many athletic things that Wilt could do that Giannis couldn't do.
How far would Wilt take this Bucks team in this playoffs? How far would they go?
Eastern Conference Final.
They beat the Cavs?
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
And the Celtics.
No, on the Eastern Conference. But that just doesn't speak to Wilt. That speaks to how bad this team is. The limits of. He cannot dribble an open court like Giannis does. Giannis is arguably the greatest.
He doesn't have
ever.
as good of a career field goal percentage as Giannis does.
Well, again, look to how late he was when he played. See what maybe his percentage was when he was Giannis's age.
Well, they started getting more big guys in the league. He just wasn't going against Bob Cousy.
It's like Bob Cousy. It's like an old man. And then at that point in time when he got in, they said, you don't pass the ball enough, and so he just led the league in assists.
Just like that at Potawatomi Sportsbook, up to 8.5. It opened at 7. Pacers favored by 8.5. Which side do you like?
I mean, the obvious side is to take the Pacers.
By double digits?
Yeah, but this is a chance for Giannis to, show a level of greatness. If they can win this game, it's going to be, on his, then you can say they couldn't have won with Wilt or whatever you want to say about What could I tell you about Wilt that would